Do the trashy pulp novels of the world have anything to offer? Are bestsellers all they're cracked up to be? Here at Terrible Book Club, we explore whether you really can judge a book by its cover, or its ridiculous synopsis. You ever passed a book and thought, ugh, who's reading this? We probably are.
Hello and welcome to episode 231 of the Terrible Book Club. I am Paris, this is Chris.
Hello.
And this is Emily.
Hi there.
All right, folks, the time has come. It was inevitable, at last, that I submit to the will of Terriblo, listeners, and fate to bring down the evil monarch and find my destined mate. Bring you our review of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, popularly known by its acronym of ACOTAR. To ease us through this experience, I've brought my emotional support, Emily, who herself is an avid reader, who has read not only this first book, but most of the series that sprang forth from it. Thank you for joining us today, Emily.
Thank you.
Yes,
Happy
thank
to
you,
be here.
Yeah, we are excited to have another person be miserable with us. It's always fun when that happens.
I'm definitely miserable, so let's go.
It's real humid here. It's like early in the morning on a Saturday. We're really ramping
I'm on
up
a
the
third
misery.
floor.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel nice.
All right, folks, if this is your first time listening to the show, what we do here at the Terrible Book Club is read books that we assume will be bad based on their cover, title, summary, or some combination of the three. Sometimes we read books that our patrons, listeners, or friends recommend. So we do the opposite of what most people do when they're in a bookstore or while they're browsing the internet. Usually, this experiment results in a hilarious and disappointing read. But once in a while, we do actually end up liking or even loving the book. Let's see, before we get into content warnings, I'm trying to remember, Emily, how did I rope you into this? Was it Thanksgiving?
It might have been Thanksgiving. I think we were just talking in general about bad romantasy books.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when I started my read of this series. And I should say I didn't read it. I did listen to it.
Oh, it's
for
the same.
audiobooks.
We're not book elitists here. If you
Fine.
listen to an audiobook, you're consuming it, it's fine.
If you've consumed the information in some form, then it is fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have consumed the information from this book.
And you said yours had like some kind of special extra sex audio.
Yes, so
Oh!
I thought
Please elaborate.
if I was going to do this, which I already consider the cringiest thing I've probably done in my life, that I was going to go all in. And I got the dramatized audio version of the audiobook, which has a full set of actors. And it is acted. Yeah.
Wow. All right. I did not know that existed. I didn't know there were dramatized, like, full cast.
Oh, they do it for
versions.
many romantasy series.
Oh, God.
And so I've done it now for 2 series, and they use the same voice actors. So
these people just have mansions built upon
Yes.
sex with wolfmen.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. You know, there are worse ways to live your
Honestly,
life, I guess.
I want to get into the audio editing line of work that this is. I feel like I could do some real good punch-ups on things
Oh, yeah.
like that.
That's true. 10 years of recording with me.
Emily, I have to ask. You were saying it's specifically punched up in the sex scene areas?
Yeah, I may or may not have had to fast forward because I was just like secondhand embarrassed the entire time.
Okay. Are we
Especially if
talking
you're, like,
just
on a bus.
voice acted extra, or are we adding sound effects?
There was voice acting. From what I remember, there was no slapping or like other noises. But
No
there
bed
was,
springs? All right.
There was a lot of moaning.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
I can't believe they did it. Wow, that's incredible.
I just imagine myself like applying the right kind of compression to the moaning so that it balances out with the dialogue and listening to it like 50 times over and being like, I don't know, that's not cutting through the way that.
That's terrible.
I just feel
Someone
bad for
had
these
to do
voice
that.
actors.
I know. That's I feel bad for the actors and the people working on it, but then you think about the piles of money they have, and I feel a lot less bad.
Yeah, I want that. I would like to do that.
Wow, this is a whole new world. I had no idea there were these dramatically fully acted versions of these audiobooks. Wow, and here I was gonna say, like, I thought the sex stuff wasn't too overt, but I guess if I had to listen to it, I would feel differently.
It was tough. It was
All right.
tough.
This is a great segue into content warnings.
Yeah, actually, perfect. So anyway, it was some Thanksgiving last year or this year, and Emily and I were there talking about books like we always do, and I was like, it'd be fun to have you on the show because we don't have a ton of guests on the show, and I felt like I would need the physical and emotional support of a third person to get through this. So, all right, we're here. All right, our warnings today, or just content notes, I guess. Obviously, we've got our usual barnyard language, lots of swearing on this show. Today's episode also includes discussion or mention of hunting, kidnapping, murder, disfigurement, sex, and just a little touch of the mention of sexual slavery, shapeshifting, for those of you who are tired of this genre, and torture. So it's kind of a mix there. It's like vibes you might not want, It's like maybe some vibes you don't want, maybe some like really horrible shit you don't want, maybe both. So all that is happening today. This is a romantic fantasy, a romantasy. So if that's not your jam today, please choose one of our other 230 episodes from the last 10 years. There's plenty of things to listen to. All right. So I forget, Chris, do you want me? Oh, or maybe Emily can read the back of the book. How do you feel about that?
I don't have the document up in front of me at all, so I'm just sitting here listening.
So he's out.
Okay, all right. Are you, Chris? Are you going to read the long summary though?
No, Paris. We've done this the whole year. It's the person that wrote the summary that reads the summary.
I got mixed up, I guess, because that's what
we've been doing this for a year now.
I know. Well, I will have a quiz question for you, Chris, at the end of the summary. So just make sure you're paying attention when I read it. All right, Emily's gonna read the back of the book, and then I guess I'll do the characters and setting in my long ass summary, unless Emily, you would like to do the characters and setting, because I'm going to be talking for a very long time.
All right, so the back of the book summary for ACOTAR. When a 19-year-old huntress, Feyre, kills a wolf in the woods, a terrifying creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows about only from legends, Feyre discovers that her captor is not only a beast, but one of the lethal immortal fairies who once ruled her world. At least he's not a beast at the time? As she adapts to her new home, her feelings for the fairy, Tamlin, transform from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she's been told about the beautiful, dangerous world of the Fae. But something is not right in the fairylands. An ancient, wicked shadow is growing, and Feyre must find a way to stop it or doom Tamlin and his world forever.
Thank you. Wonderful. Oh, man, I kind of forgot how rough that back of the book summary was. Yikes.
It's so bad.
Okay, since I'm going to be talking a lot when I'm giving my summary, I'm going to ask Emily to read our characters and setting. And obviously, if I've forgotten someone or something that you think is important, feel free to just add it. But these are sort of our main players and the world that we're in.
Yeah, and some of these pronunciations are open to interpretation. So I did listen to the audiobook, so I feel like I have the right answer.
We have a master, an expert.
You just stepped into the battlefield that Paris and I are always having fights about, which is fantasy pronunciation of names. We are very opinionated about this and hate each other for it.
But now we have an expert.
I am the expert, so
She's
I can put all of this to rest.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have Feyre, who is an impoverished human teen huntress on the verge of starvation. We have Feyre's dad, who doesn't have a name.
Unnamed dad. R.I.P. dad.
Her two sisters, Nesta and Elaine. And then we have Tamlin, the fairy high lord of the spring court in Prythian, which Prythian is the fairy realm. And then we have Lucian, the fairy minor lord of the autumn court, who moved to the spring court to work for Tamlin. They're best buds.
Okay. Seasonal courts.
Yep.
Yep.
Seasonal.
We have Amarantha, who is the evil high queen of Prythian, who usurped power after coming across the Narrow Sea.
Yes, the Narrow Sea.
Another one. And then we have Rhysand. Yeah, it's Rhysand and Rhys, who is the High Lord of the Night Court, a trickster who is consort to Amarantha, but playing a longer game of his own.
You'll see we ran out of seasons, so we had to go with light and
Tonight.
time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see a bunch of other random fairies who don't play a large part in this book, I will say. But there's an extensive court system.
Oh, Lord.
So there's seasonal courts, there's night court, there's day court, there's dawn court.
Oh, yeah, like the TV show, right?
Yeah.
They have a night court. Is that what is the spinoff from Night Court?
Today in Dawn Court, litigants from beyond the wall.
Is there like a mid-afternoon court, a brunch court, perhaps?
I mean, tea time court at 2.
Great use for the 6th book that's probably coming. Maybe there'll be another court.
A court of brunch and mimosas.
Honestly, I would probably read that more than this.
You know who needs to write that? Chuck Tingle. Chuck, where are you? Do us a solid.
And lastly, we have Prythian, which is the fairy realm. It is north of the human continent. It got separated after a huge war. The barrier is invisible, but you can't cross it.
Oh, except you can very easily.
Except
we'll talk about that later. Yeah.
It's very ambiguous.
Yeah.
I don't fully understand it.
Yeah, I don't think there was a lot of thought given to that border. But yeah.
Why don't they ever make visible magic barriers? Every magic barrier I've ever seen, you can't see, which kind of like makes it a bad barrier because you want to like clearly delineate usually. So why not just a bunch of signs or just like oozing magical miasma? Just like, hey man, no further.
Yeah, it would be cool if it was
like
more
we
obvious.
don't make fences invisible usually or like clear because you want to clearly delineate this is my property.
Yeah, unless you want to shock animals, I guess, because humans are terrible and cruel. Those are the only kinds I can think of that are invisible. Like they have those invisible fences with the shock collars. But that's the thing. Humans don't have shock collars when they hit the fence. They just hit it and go, oh, there's the border. Like I don't know. It's stupid. Anyway, this all starts with like, your classic fantasy map. Actually, we have a physical book in the house today, so if you want my sad copy of A Court of Thorns and Roses, you can purchase this on our Ko-fi. We'll all sign it. It'll be great. We start with our classic fantasy map. We've got Prythian is this big long continent. Honestly, it kind of looks like she just took the map of Westeros and flipped it upside down. It's like kind of similar to that.
So it is based on a real map.
It is. Is this the UK? Because that's what that's based on.
That is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the same map. So
We're
I'm
just
not
gonna
crazy.
keep turning the UK 90 degrees until we run out of possible configurations.
Till every fantasy realm has been revealed. So I was like, yeah, this just looks like.
I can't wait for the fantasy map that's just the USA on its side and it just has like the Florida horns sticking out the top.
The Forbidden Lands.
Yeah, so it looks pretty like how you would expect it. There's nothing special about this. The courts are stacked. Spring with summer and autumn above them, then winter above that, then under the mountain, then dawn court, day court, and finally night court, which is, I don't know, Greenland or something. There's a
They're like
island.
all vertical? There's like it's all just
they're vertically stacked.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Then there's an island called Highburn off to the left, and I suppose that's the Narrow Sea, although the seas are not named on this map, which was an oversight. Because that's where the bad people come from, right? Yeah. And then over on the right, there's a much, much larger continent across a much wider sea, called the Fairy Realms, and then below that is Mortal Lands, or is this magnified? Actually not sure.
I think it's
the
magnified,
wall,
right?
Yeah, sorry, the right
is
the right is the magnified. No, I think it's down here.
Famously podcasting
this map very badly very badly rendered. Fuck the map. All right, we're done with the map. Anyway, she took the map of the UK that many fantasy authors have taken and just did this, and it's a little upsetting that happened in 2015, because that to me feels late in the game for all this stuff. Anyway, all right, here is my summary of the main plot events. Obviously, most of you have not read this or listened to it or interacted with this. story, so we are going to do our best to give you a summary. Obviously, it's a little silly because I only had so much patience for this, and it's not going to hit on every little tiny detail. It's just going to give you sort of the nice meaty chunks that you need to grasp onto to understand what we're talking about when we get into talking about how we felt about it in our critique. So here we go. If you don't want to listen to this whole thing, the TLDR is, hey, remember Beauty and the Beast? Well, now it's rated NC-17 and has a dash of socio-political strife tossed in, along with silly fantasy names where Belle is an illiterate painter instead of a bookworm with no taste.
Okay, cool. Summary over. Let's move on.
So that's like the short version. All right, if you want like the long version, if you do have the time to listen, here we go. Feyre and her family used to be middle-class merchants until her dad fucked around and found out on a bad shipping route, so RIP to their money and status. Her mom also died of what I can only assume is consumption or fantasy cancer, compounding their familial human woes. Anyway, it's a few years later, and they're all on the verge of starving to death in a tiny cottage. Consequently, Feyre is doing her best to hunt down something in the forest, even if it is a dangerous area that borders the magical lands of the fairies who will totally grind your bones to make their bread or something. Look, it's hard out here for an urchin, especially when the rest of her family does absolutely fuck all to help themselves or her. She gets lucky and shoots an enormous wolf straight through its eye and skins it, leaving her with enough meat for her family and a large pelt to trade for coin or other needed supplies. In a surprise to no one, this wolf was actually a shape-shifted fairy, which Feyre had feared. So, another shapeshifter fairy shows up to take Feyre back to Prythian, the fairy realm beyond the northern border, to pay the life debt incurred by her murdering the wolf fairy, as set out in the old treaty between their people after the Big War. Pretty sick punishment.
Wait, hold on. Is it literally called the Big War in the book?
No,
or you just,
there's no name for it.
Unnamed war. Okay.
So I just
wanted
called
to make
it
sure.
capital T, capital B, capital W, the Big
Okay.
War.
It's just not out of the realm of possibility in books like this that they would just call it that.
And is there a name given to the war in later books?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it is just the war.
TBW, the big one. All right. Pretty sick punishment, honestly. Feyre gets to escape starvation and poverty, as well as her family, because the fairy glamours their memories and restores their wealth. Hot damn, it sure is Feyre's lucky day. Despite this, she's nervous
Wait a
and wants
minute.
to find... Yeah.
Hold on. Wait. So the punishment to Feyre is that her family, their memories are wiped?
Their memories of their impoverishment are wiped and their wealth is restored, and then she gets to...
Why? Wait, why?
Yeah.
To limit their trauma of losing their sister?
Yeah, I don't know why he would
It's not
care.
really
So-
explained.
Yeah. Cause he's a good shadow daddy, Chris. He's nice.
It's a win-win
Okay.
situation.
Yes, it really
How
is.
is their wealth restored? Like, do they just like have a subsidized, like, okay, every time we steal someone from the human land to like do this life debt thing, we're gonna inject some wealth into their family?
Fairies are inexplicably fabulously wealthy because they're immortal beings, and that's just how immortal
So-
beings be.
Oh, the
there
compounding
is an
interest is
explanation.
crazy.
Oh,
The
Emily has
compounding
it.
interest is crazy
Our-
when you live 1,000 years or
Yeah,
something.
that's true. But our oracle of the series has an
Yes.
answer.
The listener. They like create a trade route. So the father lost the ships in whatever trade expedition,
Yeah.
and the fairies like magically made them come back.
They were like, they weren't lost, JK. Here they are.
So all of his wealth is just like returned into the
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so he
harbor.
gets like
Yeah.
the shipping, like the ships back, and he get like his contacts are coming. Like if he's
yeah,
been
like
out of
everything is
business
restored.
for like 5 years or something, and then you come back like out of the blue 5 years later, be like, "Hey, I got the ships back, boys. Are we ready to go?" Like all of them would have moved on to other supply chain or whatever. I would
yeah, I don't know.
This
None
is
of it
not the real world.
doesn't make sense. at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I
I'll
mean,
accept the hand wave.
Yeah, so all good questions, all questions I also had. So again, like, pretty cool, but Feyre's nervous and wants to find a way out of the bargain because she doesn't trust fairies, which is fair given the history and the lore spread about them by humans, and for some reason she likes her family and doesn't want to be separated from them, even though it seems like they kind of suck.
They're
except for
horrible.
One of them's okay. Anyway, we spend a good chunk of the book, like we're talking roughly 40 to 50%, just experiencing Feyre settling in to living in a country manor in eternal springtime in the spring court. Because it turns out the shapeshifter fairy who came to take her as payment is, of course, the High Lord of said court, named Tamlin. She gets into some trouble here and there, like running into the High Lord of the Night Court, Rhysand, at a party she wasn't supposed to attend and hunting a demonic creature to get answers and almost dying, the usual for our understatedly cool heroine. And she verbally spars with Lucian, the Spring Court ambassador, while the sexual tension between her and Tamlin simmers. Meanwhile, we are on a slow drip of background details about the politics of fairydom and the mysterious blight affecting the various fairy courts, wherein their powers have become lesser, and evil creatures are encroaching upon their lands, and also everyone in the Spring Court has animal masks stuck on their faces, which I forgot to add, but is a very important, stupid detail that I feel I need to... Yeah, so everybody in the Spring Court has, all the servants or employees, basically, like the gardeners and maids, have bird masks on, and then Tamlin is a cat, lion,
fox.
tiger? Lucian's the fox.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
They all have animal masks on because when the curse came down, they were all at a masquerade party with these masks on, and for some reason, there is a reason which we'll get to later, all the masks were fused to their face during the curse.
The cook and the gardener were also at the party?
Yes, they were all there. Yep, working, presumably, gardening.
With masks on.
So,
safety first.
Fantasy safety first. Keep those masks on. Oh,
I don't know if you've ever done some fairy catering, but it involves some high stakes magical stuff that you want face protection for.
Apparently. So that's the blight. Inevitably, the sexual simmering comes to a roiling boil, and Feyre and Tamlin fuck at last. But oh no, she must be sent back home the following day. Of course, this is for her protection, because some political shit is about to go down in Fairyland, and Tamlin doesn't want Feyre to become collateral damage, especially since fairies are particularly brutal and tend to hate humans, which could end in her torture and death. Tamlin tells her he loves her, but Feyre doesn't say it back because the feelings are hard, which we will later come to understand was a critical error on her part.
Okay, pause here. So Tamlin is the one that came to Feyre and was like, you killed my friend who was out here hanging out in the human lands.
Yes.
You're going to come back to my court over here, and now you are cursed to live here forever. Mm-hmm. Is she but she's not a servant? She's what is her function?
Just a hotel guest, man. She gets to eat whatever she wants. They cook her meals. She gets to wear really nice clothes. She gets a horse to ride around.
She gets a servant. She gets to just paint all the time.
Yep. It's pretty sick.
This sounds like a setup because you killed my friend. Meanwhile, the friend is fine or whatever. It was just a glamored real wolf or something. It's
he is dead, but funny you say.
I'm just saying it sounds like a setup where Tam was like, listen, okay, bro, you go out into the woods over here. Just pretend to be a wolf for a bit. Don't worry about it. I saw this lady. I like her a lot.
Chris.
Yo, the punishment is that, you have to come back to the court and hang out with me a whole lot. Wow, sorry.
You're onto something. Keep that in mind as we continue the story. So, she goes back home to her family for a bit, despite the whole I'm taking your life as payment never to return thing, and discovers that they're back in the upper middle class and everything is extremely cool, with them being under the impression that Feyre has been caring for a sick aunt who doesn't exist. Thanks, Tamlin! Her sister Nesta eventually reveals, however, that the glamour didn't work on her, which is fucking bizarre because this entire time it has been demonstrated that fairy magic is extremely powerful, but I guess if you have enough willpower, you can resist glamours? Again, I don't know, man. Anyhow, after a few weeks, she learns that an entire family was murdered and their house burned to the ground. The family of the girl she said she was when asked her name by Rhysand or whatever the fuck his name is, the cool night court guy. The horrific realization that her giving the fake name of a real person led to their demise sends her spiraling. Of course, she returns to Tamlin and the Spring Court against Tamlin's strict order that she not come back, as she suspects this crime can mean only one thing: that the blight has taken over and fairies will begin crossing the magical wall into human territory to enact yet more violence and restore their rule over humankind. Honestly, I don't really get the logical leap there, but she is correct
I'm having trouble
to keep this little plot train on schedule.
So, okay, a family was murdered because Farrah gave a fake name, and she was like, "Oh, I'm from the Johnson family." And
Yeah,
then all the
she's like,
fairies
I'm
were
Clara
well,
Johnson, and obviously,
fuck the Johnson. We're gonna murder all of them.
Yep. Mhm.
This is somehow her realizing, oh, the blight is getting so bad that they're gonna have to encroach on our lands, or
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
More logically, it would be more like, oh, the glamour didn't work on my sister. Their magic powers aren't working good enough anymore, so they're gonna have to come into the human lands for more magic power.
No, more logically, it's, oh, I gave this fake name and now that person died because the guy I gave the fake name to is an asshole. I'm concerned about that. Like, that's what's happening. But somehow it becomes like, oh no, it's this bigger thing when it's not.
It's very unclear.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a couple sentences where she like has the realization and I had to read it like 6 times. I was like, I don't understand. That does not follow. I don't get it. Okay.
I don't know what the humans have that the fairies would want.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
They don't have more land. They have significantly less land.
Is the land magically juiced? So, like,
Nope.
like when you're playing Magic the Gathering, you like tap it or...
No.
That's how they cast their spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. And the human lands, like, if you look at the map, the human lands are maybe...
tiny.
1/6, 1/8 of the continent, and the rest of it's fairyland. So, yeah, I don't understand why they would encroach unless they just wanted to torture humans for fun, which it is assholes. It is strongly implied that is a thing they maybe do, but like I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not,
all right. Once again, accepting the hand wave.
Yeah, the plot math is not really mathing, but we're gonna keep going. So remember we were talking about that invisible wall earlier between the realms? Well, Farrah discovers she can just find the openings in the magical wall by looking for specifically marked stones, and waltzes right through, even though we were previously led to believe it was impenetrable unless you had fairy magic. Okay.
Okay. Like, Security 101, if you have a wall that is made to keep things out, don't have holes in the wall. Even then, just, like, don't have holes in the wall, because even someone, like, through chance could wander in, even if they didn't find the magical signpost over there, and then your whole barrier is moot.
And why is there no lock? Why is it just an open?
No guards.
Yeah, no guards, no locks, no magical anything. Just
like, what happens if a squirrel crosses over?
Good point. What happens to the squirrels?
Like, or deer? I'm sure there's like animals
wandering around. Yeah, I guess they're fine.
They're allowed.
Stupid.
It's the humans, the dirty humans.
Dirty humans. All right, so she arrives at the Springcourt Manor once again, finding it bereft of fairies and looking pretty fucked up. She runs into a fairy servant she knew before who, after a little prodding, angrily explains that Farrah doomed them all because they were all cursed, and naturally part of the curse was that they couldn't tell her, their potential savior, about it, and she made the wrong choice. If only she had told Tamlin that she loved him, the curse would have been broken, but now the worst possible outcome has come to pass. What the fuck, Farrah? And the fairies are like pissed at her. They're like, you fucking idiot. Like, he wined and dined you, and you couldn't say you loved him, and she was like, what the fuck?
How am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
Also, I'm 19 years old, and I don't know what love is.
Yeah, I'm 19. I have had one fuckboy before this. That is her whole history with romance. So, yeah, it's kind of those expectations are a little high. You see, 100 years ago, an evil general named Amarantha came from Maradonia, Hybern, beyond the Narrow Sea, on behalf of her king as ambassador to mend fractured ties from the earlier capital B, big capital W war. However, she decided she kind of liked ruling this place instead, so she secretly amassed her army and, after 49 years, made herself queen. No one really liked that very much, but she made all the fairy courts fall in line through brutality and evil magic to steal most, but not all for some reason, of their powers. She wanted Tamlin as her consort, but he refused and insulted her about her murdered sister, so she cursed him and his whole court. The curse placed animal masks on them all, and would only be broken if within 49 years, a human woman who hates fairies and killed one in cold blood fell in love with Tamlin. So...
Why have such an extremely specific mechanism for listen, you're super cursed except if you on a third Thursday of the month find a lady who really hates us specifically, and then she has to say, I love you. Like, what? Like, it's just so confusing to me when curse undoing mechanisms are this precise.
Because you don't want the person to actually be able to do it, right? So it's like a technicality thing. That's my guess. But also because stupid fantasy shit. So, Chris, remember you were talking about how this all felt like a setup earlier? Well,
Of course. So yeah, now of course the setup is so Tamlin is just finding any human lady he could to like undo this.
Herein we discover that it's all been a ruse. The wolf that Feyre killed in the forest, he was literally there so a human woman might kill him to trigger Tamlin's whole "you have to come with me forever" deal. All the nice stuff and cushy surroundings, all to endear her to Tamlin. Despite the fact that this is pretty fucked up, it did work, and Feyre just failed to say the magic words. Now, though, it's too late. Or is it?
Can I ask, how do you recruit that one wolf guy to be like, listen,
gonna die for the cause,
I'm gonna need you to get arrowed for everyone?
There was more than one wolf guy.
Oh, yeah. He was sending them out all the time.
All of his friends.
All of his friends, yeah. Just
Wait, they're his friends? They're not even like the criminals or something? Like, even that?
No, they're like his loyal subjects of the Spring Court. He just sacrificed them.
All right, Bobby, you're up. All right, well, I guess see you later, everybody. I'm going to let some lady kill me?
But all of the other ones survived because no human woman who hates fairies killed them, presumably. I don't know.
Oh, so Bobby out here at the beginning of the book was just supremely unlucky.
Or did the other, 40,000 of them, I don't know, die?
That's a great question because the Spring Court is basically uninhabited. So where did they all go?
Well, I think we found our reason is that
maybe they
just
did
kept
die.
sending everyone out.
Maybe it was just a dude who
Harris,
killed
imagine
them.
getting that letter in the mail in the Spring Court. It's like, you're up for death duty. It's your turn. Can we defer this, please? I have something I have to do.
Yeah, and the reason this is so important is obviously because, they've had most of their powers taken, though not all, which I have questions about.
They can still shapeshift.
Yeah. And if, once the time elapses for the Curse of the 49, the extra 49 years, Amarantha, who, again, sounds like a Maradonia character, I couldn't help myself there, will have full control over everything.
That's a
I think the curse is she'll take the rest of their powers. I don't remember.
I think it's that Tamlin has to be with her.
Right. Tamlin has to be her consort at the end. This is all about Tamlin because he's just so hot and cool.
She's obsessed with him.
Yeah. Even though she has Rhysand or Rhysand or whatever. Rhys Rice. She's got Rhys Rice, but that's not enough for her. It's not enough.
And she couldn't just take the whole power all at once because then we wouldn't have a book. Is that why?
Yeah. And I guess the remember when I said that he had insulted her about her murdered sister? So the murdered sister backstory is that Amarantha had a also very cool sister, general magical lady, and she fell in love with a human. Turns out the human was just milking her for information, and then he killed her after betraying her. So then Amarantha lost her shit totally. She already didn't like humans, but now she's got now she wants to torture every human she meets. It's cartoonish levels of evil.
Okay, so she's letting this whole 49-year thing play out just for pleasure?
Entertainment.
Yeah.
What else is there to do when you're an immortal fairy?
Yeah, who's in charge of this whole
I suppose at some
realm.
point you have to just turn over to decades-long torture of
God forbid you take up a fucking hobby. God forbid you crochet or something, No, it's torture of humans all the way.
I crocheted this entire palace. That's what I did with my immortality. It's the whole thing. All the walls.
Honestly, that's what I would rather. That sounds way better to me than this shit. So, Feyre decides to say, fuck it, and goes to confront Amarantha in her court that she built underground, as evil queens do, within the fairies' sacred mountain. Adding to the evil queen stereotype, Amarantha is amused by stringing Feyre along and offers her a twofold bargain. If she can win 3 separate trials, she'll end the curse, or Feyre can solve a riddle and she'll end the curse immediately. Feyre goes through the trials and wins them all because she gets help either from Lucian's mom inexplicably, or Rhysand, who makes her bargain.
Oh, honey, you need a little help with this puzzle? I got this. Come on, let's go together.
Or Rhysand, who makes her bargain 1 week of her life each month if he heals her arm that was mangled during the first trial. This leads to the final showdown where, of course, Amarantha is like, ha ha ha, I never said when I would end the curse if you won the trials, neener. So Rhysand tries to fight her and fails. Amarantha proceeds to slowly break Feyre's body in front of everyone until Feyre realizes the answer to the riddle. Chris, before I even read you the riddle, do you want to guess what the answer is?
Love. It's love.
Oh, fantastic. Well done. You broke the curse.
I don't really feel like that was like any sort of special thing that I
find
like.
it.
It's always just the power of
always
love,
love.
right?
Well, you know, like when you can't read, riddles are really hard.
Yeah, she can't read. She's
Oh.
illiterate, remember?
She's illiterate.
She's illiterate. So, but I mean, she can still interpret the language.
Yeah, can you
auditorially,
find the
like,
riddle for me? Like,
yeah,
can
yeah,
you like?
I'm looking for it. I forget. It's like
It's
kind of
gotta
late
be in the
book.
back because most
Yeah.
of this book is just backstory.
Yeah, most of this book is we're in the spring court in eternal springtime. And
Things
we're
are so
painting.
nice and the grass is so green.
We're having
and I still
picnics.
can't read.
I want to kiss.
It's always 65 degrees. That's
Yeah.
really what I want. If you're gonna like eternally torment me, but it's 65 degrees all the time, I might be okay.
So you
Oh,
just need to find a
yes.
wolf to murder.
I'm on it.
The riddle is thus. Okay. Solve this, Feyre, and you and your high lord and all his court may immediately leave with my blessing.
I'm triggered.
Let's see if you are indeed clever enough to deserve one of our kind. Her dark eyes shone, and I cleared my mind as best I could as she spoke.
Getting ready to read.
There are those who seek me a lifetime, but we never meet. And those I kiss, but who trample me beneath ungrateful feet. At times, I seem to favor the clever and the fair, but I bless all those who are brave enough to dare. Oh God, it's got the end rhyme. I forgot. By large, my ministrations are soft-handed and sweet, but scorned, I become a difficult beast to defeat. For though each of my strikes lands a powerful blow, when I kill, I do it slow.
That's not a hard riddle.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, but that's like level 2 D&D party riddle that your DM gives you to just like get you into the idea of there being riddles in the campaign.
All right, very good. So just by saying this as her body is being broken, on the magical invisible wheel in front of the room, she's like, imagine she's like spinning and her bones are breaking apart and she's like, love! And just by saying it, the curse breaks immediately, even though, like, why would that be the case? Why would Amarantha have actually set it up to work that way?
Yeah, it kind of feels like Amarantha wanted this all to happen.
Yeah.
Like, she is just the writer of A Court of Thorns and Roses because she's bored and she wants something fun to happen.
But, whatever. So now we get our happy ending where the curse is broken, and because all the fairies are so indebted to Feyre for saving them, they bestow upon her not only the gift of not dying because her body has been broken in a billion pieces, but also that of making her a fairy, yes, changing her species entirely to become a magical immortal. Lucky Feyre again.
But the queen is still there. They didn't, like, get rid of Amarantha, and she's ostensibly still vengeful.
Correct.
I think they kill her. Did they kill her?
Did
Not
kill
in
her.
this book.
No? She's
Spoiler
still...
alert.
Oh, she's still alive?
So
Okay, I
wait,
thought they
did
killed her.
Feyre just like walk out after she's like love, and they're like, oh fuck, you got it. See you later.
Yeah, so I think they fight Amarantha and incapacitate her, I guess, because I thought it's like one sentence, I feel like.
I think at this point I blacked out.
Yeah, that's probably
So I can't remember.
Yeah. It's seriously, it's like
I'm
one
just
sentence.
really
They're
curious
like,
as to why the evil queen would be like, oh, you figured out my easy riddle. I'll see you next time.
She just disappears in a puff of smoke. To be seen in the next book.
Yeah,
I don't think she dies.
the queen was blasted back, thrown against the far wall, and Tamlin let out a roar that shook the mountain
a
as he
lot
launched
of roaring
himself
in
at
this
her.
book.
He shifted into his beast form faster than I could see, fur and claws,
of
and
course.
pound upon pound of lethal muscle. She had no sooner hit the wall than he gripped her by the neck, and the stones cracked as he shoved her against it with a clawed paw. She thrashed but could do nothing against the brutal onslaught of Tamlin's beast. Blood ran down his furred arm from where she scratched.
Ugh, gross.
Let's see. They rushed for the queen. Amarantha screeched.
All
yada,
matted
yada.
now.
So gross.
He closed his powerful jaws around her throat and ripped it out.
Oh,
So that's
okay,
why I thought
so
she was dead.
maybe she is. Yep, she's dead. I
Broken
just looked it
body,
up.
cradle, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
So there we go.
Clarification received. Thank you.
Okay, anyway, after they kill her, they're like, oh my god, Feyre, you're so sick. You like solved
saved
it.
us.
Yay. And then they're like, let's not only heal you and, and bring you back to life, but like, let's also make you an immortal fairy and completely change your species. Because that's
normal.
Cool. And it
And
seems
she's like, wow, I hate humans now. Wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
welcome to the club. So then, and to do this, it seems like a very special thing where every high lord of each court must I don't know, touch her or something. Like, they all have to get together and, like, agree to this. It has to be a unanimous decision.
Group hug.
Huh?
Just like a group hug.
Yeah, just a group hug. Make this bitch a fairy. Let's do it. All right. They all have to unanimously agree. It's like the Supreme Court of, SCOTUS of, or a Supreme Court of the Prithian. SCOP. The SCOP has to get together.
Supreme Court of Thorns and Roses and Spring and Autumn and Night and Time and
day
Brunch.
And dawn. Yeah, and brunch and mimosas. So anyway, they clink their mimosas and they make her an immortal fairy. She and Tamlin literally walk off into the sunset of the Spring Court, but we know the story must continue because what's up with the 1 week a month she has to spend with Rhysand? In the distance, we hear the fairy version of the SVU. Dun dun. The end.
It's like split custody thing is really funny to me. Okay.
How are you going to keep the series going, Chris?
I know, but it's just funny that the bargain is like, all right, you have to spend 1 week of a month in my court. We got to coordinate drop off and pick up here. Yes. Are you picking Farrah up from fairy school? She has to learn how to read, and like it's your weekend.
That is literally a thing that happens later, because it's suggested in the book. It's suggested in this one that like they want to try to help her read, and I smelled that was coming in later.
Yeah, so Rhysand does teach her how to read when he kidnaps her for a week at a time.
Good Lord. Yeah. All right. Well, we have survived the summary at long last.
Okay.
We have learned that love can fix everything or whatever.
Or answer a riddle.
Yeah.
That saves your life.
And then generally just like, early D&D campaign riddles are how you want to set up your multi-decade magical curse.
Kids play D&D.
For control over the entire fairy kingdom.
Become literate, play D&D, and you will survive any fantasy outcome that you may encounter in life. Let's talk about our rubric. Let's talk about how we felt about this. So, luckily for you all, the first section is technical construction, and we're not going to spend a lot of time there because this was actually kind of fine. Didn't have any typos, no formatting issues, punctuation was cool. I don't know, Emily, do you have any
No,
thoughts?
I mean, it was a book.
Yeah, it
qualifies.
It qualified. It booked. It met the bar. It cleared the bar. So that's an easy one for technical construction.
All right, there we go.
And now we're going to go into like plot and content. We're going to be here for an eternity. So 49 years and then another 49, actually, if my plan goes accordingly.
At the end, the answer is love. Love. You just build your plot around love and the curse will be lifted of why you're not being published. You just need to have some romance in there. That's why.
Yeah. So I tried to break these up between general coherence and rules following because that's usually what we do, but I kind of feel like they always
overlap
together.
A little.
Yeah, these all sort of bleed together. And Emily, feel free to jump in whenever, please. So my initial problem that I have with a lot of or any book like this is that there's no real stakes. There's no sense of danger because this is a romance fantasy. So the manufactured tension and adventure just does nothing because, like, it's obvious that nothing bad is going to happen to any of the main characters, and the only people who are tortured or murdered are faceless background people for whom we feel nothing. So it's a little boring in that
She could have just left. She found the hole in the wall.
True.
She could have just left.
Peace.
Game, book over.
Book done. I mean, there are many choices that could have been made here. It was hard to feel invested because it was so boring, because I was just like, well, clearly, when she gets into any scrapes, like, we know she's going to be fine. And of course, that's what happened. Like, nothing bad ever happens to her or Tamlin or anyone that we are invited to care about, let's say. So it's a little want in that respect. Other, like, random thoughts I had. Why the fuck do the fairies and humans all speak the same language? Why don't the fairies themselves speak different dialects or full languages? Like, obviously, we need them to have a common language to write the book, sure. But there's no linguistic separation, which seems strange for, like, immortal magical beings who live apart in their own regions all that time alive with very different traditions and like living circumstances usually produces linguistic change. So I was surprised this book did not have any fantasy language elements. I don't know. Just really thought that was strange.
not the important bit of the world building here, Paris.
Well,
I think that the author clearly just
World
wanted to be like,
building?
listen,
Well, he's like,
What world?
building? But well, I guess I was additionally surprised because there is this subplot of literacy, and so I was like, so we're just gonna take the easy route and just be like, yeah, everyone totally speaks and reads the same language. Like, what? I don't know. I just thought that was weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Struck me as strange.
It is strange
Yeah.
and not something I thought about.
Yeah.
But
Yep. My own pet peeve, I guess.
well, then you wouldn't be able to solve the riddle at the like if she didn't know the fairy word for love or whatever. Like, what if it's linguistically blocked and then I have to write around that? Paris, I don't want to do that. They're all just going to talk the same language.
Oh no, I mean it's fine. Again, like you need a common language for the characters to interact and for it to, you need that overlap, the French or Latin or English of the time. But the fact that there was just never any communication barriers, everyone just has this one language. I don't know, man. It kept me up at night. I kept thinking about it. And speaking of language, another little language pen nib in my paw was when you're writing a story about fairies, maybe don't name your main human character a variation of the word fairy almost. Like, it was so annoying to constantly read Feyre and fairy all the time. I just call her any other name. I found
Wait
that
until book 4 when Rifa shows up. She's a stone fairy at all times.
Oh man, like, and I'm guessing it's gonna be like, oh, she was always destined to be a fairy. Like, her name is Feyre, but like
The prophecy says.
Yeah, I don't know. That bothered me the whole time. I don't know. Did you find that weird too, or no? No.
I mean,
This is just a me problem.
I think I also knew going into this that it was going to be not good. So not something that hit my radar.
Okay.
There is something I want to mention
Yeah.
that really drove me nuts.
Yes.
Modern toilets exist in this world.
Oh, that's right.
Whoa.
I forgot.
What? Hold on.
Wait, when are we told about the toilets?
Because Feyre can't stop barfing.
Right.
And she flushes
What?
the toilet
Is it
and
like
she
the rich
describes
fairy
it.
food
Wait.
or something?
Wait, is this when she's in the prison or is this when she's in the
When she's in Tamlin's court. Like, so modern toilets exist in this world. It
Okay,
flush-
number
it
one,
I can't
flushes.
believe I missed that. That's incredible.
It's porcelain, it's cold, and it flushes. It's insane to me. It really
So
took
wait.
me out of it.
Oh yeah. I
they-
can't believe
do
I
they-
didn't notice that.
When we go back to the human realm, do they have those toilets?
No, because she's poor in that world. Right? So
Okay.
no.
So this is
So-
like modern fairy magic of like they've got copper plumbing and like a sewage
They
system.
have indoor plumbing and
Oh my god, where's the toilet scene? God damn it, I need to find it. Okay, it's when she's God, that's half the book though. When she's
I know.
Okay, why is she barfing a lot?
Oh, trauma.
trauma barfing.
Oh, it's like stress barf.
Yeah.
Stress barf.
I
She
see.
spends a good portion of the book barfing, and it keeps Tamlin up at night.
Oh.
And he gets really pissed about it.
I don't remember this. Do you think
Will you
this is
stop?
maybe-
I'm trying to sleep.
Do you think maybe this is in the second book? Because I
No.
don't have
Oh,
any,
maybe. Oh my god.
I don't have any memory of
Spoiler
this.
alert. She barfs constantly.
Spoiler alert.
Oh,
for
is she
toilets.
pregnant? Is she just pregnant? Is it just pregnant?
No.
Puking?
No.
No. Okay, I think
There's
that.
magical fairy birth control.
Oh, Lord.
Or I can
course.
only
Oh
assume.
no, there's human birth control too, because she talks about how her fuckboy used to drink the birth control.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they have birth control in this world, in both worlds.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hard to
So,
choose.
spoiler for second book. I guess she's puking a lot, and we find out they got flush
There's toilets. That is odd. That I.
So that's great though. I don't even care that that's not this book. That's great. I love it. So stupid. I mean, okay, these are things that are like rules following, but again, this is all.
Oh, it is in
kinda-
the second book. I'm
It is.
so sorry.
Oh, it's
But
fine.
also,
Oh.
That was very fun.
it was unreal.
Man. Am I gonna have to just find? I just need this passage to read the toilet part. So remember we were talking about glamours and how
Mhm.
at first we're sort of given this idea that fairy magic is impenetrable, all powerful, like no one can resist it. That's part of the reason fairies are so deadly. But then her sister Nesta's like, nah, just thought about it hard.
Just kidding.
Thought about it real hard.
Listen, if
Doesn't
you
make
just have an
sense.
ounce of willpower, this doesn't work.
Yeah,
So,
like,
you know.
the check is like a 5. I don't know. It's like, how high is your intellect and willpower? Just barely cleared. So that really, talk about things that really pulled me out of it. I was like, what the fuck? Like that? No, that's not how this
I
Was
knew
there
all
even-
along.
Yeah, what?
Was there even a hand-wavy attempt to like, oh, it didn't work on her? Like, I'm guessing because she just had the willpower to... Is Nesta presented as someone that is willful?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
incredibly grouchy.
Yes, she is the smart sister, and Elaine is the
Okay.
simple sister in this
Okay.
shitty fairy tale. And then we've talked about, like, why would the magic wall just have, like, fucking open gates you can just walk through, no locks, no whatever. We already talked about that. My big thing, another thing I was, like, really hung up on that took me out of the story is when we find out about the curse, which we find out about pretty late in the book. Like, if Amarantha has access to magic so powerful that she can take most of the fairies' powers away, why leave them with anything? Why not just take it all?
That's
the
what I was
time?
saying. Is like, it just seems like Amarantha wanted to have her own romantasy novel play out for her personally, so she left all this stuff in there just so that it
I
could.
guess it's
She was like,
fun.
"I'm accepting the villain role here. I'm accepting that I'm the
Yeah.
heel here. I just kind of want to watch this happen because I am so bored, guys. I am so bored."
Yeah, I mean, one can only assume, like, it's just for entertainment purposes. I don't know. What did you think about that?
I don't understand. I also don't understand like how the magic even works in this
Oh,
world.
there's no magic system. That's
It's just
going
like
here, yeah.
I have magic.
So the reason for that particular thing, like how she took all their powers away, was that she got a potion from her king on Highburn and used it, and we were just like, what? Like, yeah, there's no
Wait,
explanation.
a
of any
potion took away
She-
everyone else's magic?
Yeah.
I think she poisoned everyone at the masquerade ball.
Yes, it's poison the punch. She put the magic potion in the punch at the masquerade ball.
And for some reason, you just ingest it once.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it
it's
just
not like
sat-
a
And it permanently
continuing
locks
thing.
you-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it slowly drains your magic away. But then some people still have a lot of Dude, I don't... No thought. Zero thoughts. Zero thought. No thoughts were given. Another thing that really bugged me was, like... So they make a point in the book to be like, oh, silver doesn't affect fairies. Because you know how in... Or iron, sorry.
Iron. Yeah, iron.
They're like, oh, iron doesn't affect fairies. But then they're like, oh, but ashwood fucking kills us. And I was like, why ash trees?
Iron is just a
What's-
fairy propaganda campaign to make
Yes.
people think they have a defense.
But ash trees, ashwood will kill
So
them.
stuff that you find in a forest where they live.
Yeah, kill them. And I guess if it makes a mortal wound, it will kill them, because some people get hit with ash like in the arm and they don't die. But it seems like if you get hit with ash and, you know, through your eye and brain, it kills you, or through your heart or something. So you
Well,
need a
I think
mortal-
if I got hit with ash, you know, through my eye and brain, it would also kill
Yeah,
me. So I don't know if
right.
it's specifically the ashwood that's doing.
No, it is because if it was Birch or you,
They could just take it out
they
and
would-
heal.
Yeah, they would just heal. But there's never an explanation why ash trees, why that specific type of tree.
So I think it has to do with like Irish mythology. So this
Ah,
book
okay.
is centered around a ton of like Irish, Scottish mythology, but
did not know
nothing
that.
is explained.
did not know that.
Nothing is explained. So unless you knew that going into this, it would be like why ash?
Yeah, I mean, and it would just be cool to get anything. I mean, even if, like, I don't know, I can't even come up with a reason. Like, I don't know, a specific fungus grows on ash trees, therefore, like,
They can also touch it. It's not like, you know, vampires
That's
and
true.
silver or like holy water that can't be around it. They
Yeah.
can touch it.
Yeah.
They can like just do whatever.
it just can't make a mortal wound.
yeah, it
or
just
they
can't
will
like hurt you.
definitely die. So that was stupid and annoying. And then the whole animal masquerade mask thing. Okay, so part of the curse was that. So again, this all is because evil lady spurned, right? Like,
Mhm.
Tamlin's so hot, Tamlin's so cool. Why won't he be my consort? Wah wah. Let's curse everyone. I'm a child. So she decides to curse everyone at this party where they're all wearing masks, because she's like, you know, Tamlin, no human girl will ever love you. You know, and I'm gonna make sure they don't fall in love with you, because I'm gonna obscure how hot you are with this tiny little mask
It's just
that's
like half
just
a
on your
mask.
eyes and nose. And I'm like, you can still see how hot someone is. if they have an eye and nose covering. Like, I'm sorry, but that does not
I'm
do
pretty
it,
sure
'cause,
like every weirdo orgy goes by that rules too, right? Like,
Yes.
okay, we have masked obscure faces, but you could still see how hot everyone is and enjoy the orgy.
Yeah, no shit. And then this also
Oh my god.
suggests that he has the masks on when they're fucking, and they are making out doing mouth stuff, so the mask can't come down that far. So it's gotta be like right on the tip of the nose to like maybe the forehead. So I'm like, that doesn't obscure how hot anyone is. This doesn't prevent. But then Feyre's like, I can't really tell what he looks like, but oh, his rippling abs and his beautiful
He's like fully
eyes.
naked
Like,
except for the mask, and she's like, I can't get a good look at him.
Yeah, but she's still like, oh, but he's still super hot. So it's like, which one is it, you fucking idiot? Like, can you see how hot he is? Because it seems like you can. So it's just so stupid. It doesn't even make sense. I mean, if you're gonna, why did we not just go full Beauty and the Beast here and have
Also, hold on,
him
they can
be a beast
shapeshift,
all the time?
right?
Yeah.
When they shapeshift into like beast mode or whatever, the mask goes away, right?
Correct. Yeah.
I assume so.
Yeah. They don't mention
Is
it ever, so.
is the like, are they chained to shapeshifting into whatever they're like? If they have a fox mask, they have to shapeshift into a
Nope.
fox.
No. So
Why
here's
can't you
the
just, like-
thing.
Why can't you just shapeshift into a version of yourself without a mask? Great fucking question, because it seems
correct.
like you could.
But the curse doesn't let him shapeshift all the way.
Oh, right.
So like during the book, he'll like get really angry and like half of him will shift into a wolf.
he'll just have like because isn't he like is he a lion or a tiger?
I think he's a wolf.
Oh, I thought he was a cat.
Maybe he's a cat. Anyway, he like it's like half of a furry man when he gets angry.
Which half?
Like
Which
his
half?
claws come out and his half his arms will get furry and he'll be like roar at the dinner table. It's so dumb.
Like, Cameron, relax. I know
Wolverine.
we just brought the treats out, but you really got to chill, okay?
I need the treats.
Then like some reason his friends that he all sends away to get murdered can fully shapeshift.
Yes, because it seems like the effect of the evil potion that takes their powers seems uneven. I don't know. They didn't mix
Not
it
thoroughly
together.
applied.
Yeah,
all
didn't,
the way.
didn't dissolve all the way in the punch. I don't know.
But I really want to be clear about this for I don't know what reason. It's like his arms and hands shift and like what else?
I hope the dick doesn't shift for her
Oh,
sake.
God.
God, I hope not, because that
That's
would
a
be.
whole
I just
different genre of book.
Yeah, that's true.
I know it
That's
is, but like, do his legs change too? And he's like doing the weird like dog walking on two legs thing.
Pharaoh,
I hope so.
get me my collar. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of only focuses on. I feel like there's a lot of focus on the claws, the hands, the arms. I don't remember them ever being like, oh, his tail came out of his pants or anything like that. Like, I don't remember the tail ever coming into play. So no hot wolf or cat butt or anything like that, or legs. I don't remember any leg mentions.
I don't.
He's not
Just
doing the cat
claws.
thing where he's like presenting to you,
Oh
like
my
you're
God.
trying to read a book, and he's just
Not as far as I can tell.
okay.
So
Thank you for the
anyway,
clarification.
a really dumb version of the like, we're gonna make you not hot so no one will fall in love with you, because it doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. It's not enough. Like, why not just turn him into a big cat or wolf man or whatever he is? Like, so anyway, completely changing the subject to a different thing I'm upset about. So this book spends a lot of time developing the main character, Feyre. And we are, invited to believe that she is very hardworking and scrappy, she taught herself how to hunt to save her family. She's very focused on like survival skills, that kind of thing. She's young, but she's got a lot of like hardened life experience from the last few years of poverty. Clever, right? Can't read, but clever, which is fine. And yet, all of this is undermined by the later parts of the book, because she only succeeds because she's helped by fairies constantly. Like, there's only one thing that she does on her own. At the end when Amaranth is like, "Wah, you must do trials." Like, the first trial is she has to hunt this like worm, crazy worm thing, and not be killed by it, obviously. And she's a hunter, right? So she figures out how to like set a trap and hurt it and then trap it. But so that's the only thing she does on her own. Even still, Lucian, Tamlin's friend, like yells down to her during the trial, because there's an audience, of course, and is like, "You're left," or whatever, or "turn right," or I forget which direction it is.
Remember.
And that saves her from the worm. And then she breaks her arm, like mangles her arm, like not just broken, it's like donezo. And Rhysand is there to heal it with magic. And then like Lucian's mom does something to help her. I don't remember what it is, but randomly Lucian's mom, who is not a character until right before the scene happens.
Until the trials. She's like, by
Yes,
the way,
until
Lucian's
the
mom
trials.
is here. And
Yeah,
she's got a
like,
nice baked treat for everyone so that you can feel nice and recovered before trials too.
Yeah, like they're in the evil audience chamber, and she like notices Lucian's mom, and she had stood up for Lucian against the evil fairy, and Lucian's mom like saw that and was like, I'm gonna help that girl, and like she does, and I don't quite remember exactly what help she provided.
I forgot she existed, I'll be completely honest.
Yeah, well, exactly, because it's a very like, I'm just gonna write this in now. It's like, why did we do this?
It's like, I got a bottle of water for you. Here you go.
Yeah, and then there is a trial that involves reading, and of course she is illiterate.
It's particularly, she's like, got to like hunt one down. Okay, what's next? Reading. Oh, fuck.
Yep. And hilariously, Amarantha has no idea that she's illiterate, so this isn't even like a ha, you can't do this. She's like, just like,
you can't read.
It's funny because she's like, just fucking pick one. Like, what's going on here? Make a choice. And she's like, but
I know what they say.
And it's literally just the like door number 1, 2, or 3, and she has to pick one, and it'll or lever 1, 2, or 3, and it'll stop this spiked grate from coming down and crushing her and impaling her to death.
And Lucian, he's down there too.
Oh, and Lucian, right? And he's down there too. And so, because Rhysand had fixed her arm was now magically marked with like his night swirls. I don't know, like night sky. The painting is just like on her arm now or something. So it's like really obvious that he helped her, which I also thought was
no one said anything about it.
Yeah, no one said jack shit about this. And so during the trial, she's kind of got like an internal shock collar going where she goes to reach for the wrong one, and he like internally zaps her through her arm and is like trying to direct her arm to the right one. She still like tries to resist it, which is funny.
Girl.
But of course, eventually she's like, okay, I should trust the arm, and she does, and she gets through that trial.
You said this is like this is a reading trial, so is it just reading like door 1, 2, or lever 1, 2, or 3?
And then you pick one.
Because there are,
so you don't really have to read, right?
No,
you could just see the levers.
Were there phrases?
It
or
was like
question?
a math question, I think.
Yeah, it was a math question, I think. Yeah, something like, hey kids, can you pass
Find
your
the cosine
SATs?
of this triangle and then pull the correct lever.
Don't get impaled today if you can do this calculus. I can't quite. But you're right. It's not like she really needed to solve it.
Imagine if you like to get your diploma at the end of high school or something. They're just like, they do this shit to you. Like they put you in a pit with spikes and they're like, just solve the fucking math.
That'd thought,
oh, you're not going to use this in your life? Oh, well, it's a trinomial equation.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's like every time she gets into a snag, someone else is there to help her. Like even earlier on when she gets into this little spat with a demon because she's, I don't know, a fucking idiot. She's like, I want to trap this demon guy because I want an answer from him, and so she does, but trapping the demon guy brings other worse demons for because that initial demon guy is like prey for the worst one, so she like traps it, and the other ones are like, hey, it's been ensnared, we're gonna go get it or whatever. And so they all like descend upon her, and she gets away. She starts getting away on her own, but is then saved, and it's like there's no,
is there ever a through line? Is the arc like, I am scrappy and individualistic and never want help from others, and she learns to accept help from others? Is that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, she's impoverished and starving at the beginning of the book. She's like, no, help would be cool. I would like help. But
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a little bit of a bummer because she's set up as this, again, like very like
independent woman.
Yes. And
provides
then
for her family.
And then it's just like, just kidding. Once she finds a man, she a cat bitch now. So it's like, damn it. So that's a bummer. And then the very end when they're all like, yes, I guess we'll just all make her an immortal fairy too. That felt wildly out of pocket to me. Like I expected them to heal her,
revive
sure.
her. Yeah,
great. But like, we're gonna gonna change your species and make you magically
They
immortal? Should we
I
talk
think
about that
it's explained
first?
in the book,
Like-
but they like give her a piece of their magic. How that works, I have no idea. I don't know if they like keep a wristwatch that has like all their little magic in it.
Yeah,
just,
right,
like, take
right.
it out and give her some.
Like you said, group hug. Maybe they just get real sweaty and like get some sweat on her.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
they like take a part of her power and like part of their power and give it to her.
Yeah.
But it is unclear how that happens.
And also, no consent. We didn't talk about this ahead of time. Like, you might want to check with someone before you change them into a magical
I'm
immortal
sure they
fairy.
can like they could have brought her back to life and be like, hey, like thanks girl, you
Yeah,
saved us.
exactly. Yeah.
Do you want to be a fairy?
That would have like.
they
just
do it before they.
She's,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
she's like dead.
She's
like
dead.
outside of her body. She's like standing above her body, like looking at herself dying. And they just do it.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that's part of the revival deal. Like you can't come back without being immortal, so it's all or nothing there.
Yeah, here we go. This is the scene. Someone appeared beside Lucian, a tall, handsome, brown-haired man with a face similar to his own. Lucian didn't look at his father, though he stiffened as the High Lord of the Autumn Court approached Tamlin and extended a clenched hand to him. Tamlin glanced up only when the High Lord opened his fingers and tipped over his hand. A glittering spark fell upon me. It flared and vanished as it touched my chest. Two more figures approached, both handsome and young. Through my host's eyes, I knew them instantly. The brown-skinned one on the left wore a tunic of blue and green, and atop his white blonde head was a garland of roses, the High Lord of the Summer Court. His pale-skinned companion, clad in colors of white and gray, possessed a crown of shimmering ice, the High Lord of the Winter Court. Chins raised, shoulders back, they too dropped those glittering kernels upon me, and Tamlin bowed his head in gratitude. Another High Lord approached, also bestowing upon me a drop of light. He glowed brightest of them all, and from his gold and ruby raiment I knew him to be High Lord of the Dawn Court. Then the High Lord of the Day Court, clad in white and gold, his dark skin gleaming
That's
with an inner
different
light,
somehow.
presented his similar gift, and we had to make one black, I guess, smiled sadly at Tamlin before he walked away, just throwing that in there right at the end.
Do you think the Day and the Dawn Court got real like catty with each other about
Yes.
like who gets
I
to
hope
have
so.
the sun?
Yeah. I hope it's like right now where it's like, ooh, the girls are fighting. Oh my god. Rhysand stepped forward, bringing my shred of soul with him, and oh, that's right. She's like chilling in Rhys's head while she's dead, I guess.
Because he gave her like part arm power or something, so they're connected
yeah.
now, right? That's the deal.
Sure. I found Tamlin staring at me, at us. For what she gave, Rhysand said, extending a hand. We'll bestow what our predecessors have granted to few before, he paused. This makes us even, he added, and I felt the twinkle of his humor as he opened his hand and let the seed of light fall on me. Tamlin tenderly brushed aside my matted hair. His hand glowed bright as the rising sun, and in the center of his palm that strange shining bud formed. I love you, he whispered, and kissed me as he laid his hand on my heart. And then she wakes
What
up
did
in the
she
next
give?
chapter.
She was like, oh, for her sacrifice, for what she get. What did she give?
She like lifted the curse. Everyone was cursed.
Well,
But that she didn't like give anything.
No,
she
no,
just
no.
said
Well,
love, and then the curse was.
no.
Like,
So
she
I
solved
skipped,
a riddle.
I skipped over the trials take place over the course of a couple of days, maybe 2 weeks
Okay.
or something. And she is treated horribly and like tortured, and not tortured, but I guess that she has to do some fucked up shit. Like at one point she has to stab a bunch of fairies in the heart and like sacrifice them.
Weird trial,
She-
but all right. Sounds
she's
like
gonna-
they gave more than she did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. And especially because she only succeeds because they all help her. So it's a little strange. Like, she was definitely part of it. But
Sure.
we're giving her all the credit here. I guess because they all think humans would never help a fairy, but she puts a lot on the line and, like, resists Amarantha, even though she ultimately gets, like,
Okay.
broken
All
or
right,
whatever.
I'll accept it.
So there's bravery there, in some respects, but yeah, it's not really what it I feel like the gifts don't really match the what was done, so it's a little strange. Speaking of stabbing fairies in the heart, let's talk about that part. So this is the last trial, right? This is the last trial, I think.
Yeah.
So after, the hunting of the worm and after the door number 1, 2, or 3.
Math problem.
A math problem. So the last one is Amarantha marches 3 fairies into the court, and they all have bags over their heads at first, and she's like, all you have to do is stab them all in the heart. And Feyre's like, oh my god, I can't, this is so terrible, like, but she's like, well, she basically is like, I don't really have a fucking choice, and so she starts doing it. So she kills the first guy, and he's like a big old baby. He's like, no, don't kill me. And she's like, god damn it, can you just make this easier? But she stabs him and he dies, and she stabs him with it's an ash knife, right?
I think that's how it is described.
I
In
think
my
so,
head,
yeah.
it is like a wooden practice sword.
Yeah, I think it isn't. So, then you're wondering, like, how can a 19-year-old mortal girl wield enough power to jam a wooden knife into an immortal fairy's chest? But, I don't know.
They got real weak skin and bones, those fairies,
yeah,
if you hit them with
maybe.
the ashwood. It's like,
Maybe.
like butter, honestly.
And it sucks because they're, like, tied up. Like, it's fucked up. It's not like,
Sure, yep.
It's not like a fair thing. She kills the first one, she kills the second one, and then the third one, they take the hood off, and who is the third fairy, Chris? Give it to me.
It's Tamlin.
Yes, thank you. Good work. It is Tamlin. And she's like, oh my god, I have to kill him, man. I love to save this whole universe of fairies. And Amarantha's like, isn't it great? Like, you get to live, but he's dead.
Wait,
Yeah.
doesn't
like,
she,
real.
like, Amaranth would lose here double because, like, she loses the dude that she was, like, pining after.
But she's got Resend as her sexual slave, which is, like, hinted
Sure,
at.
all right,
throughout
she's
the book,
actually like,
so.
you know what? I don't care how this ends anymore. I'm here just to see whatever.
Yeah, it's been going on for so long, she's just done. So, this is obviously like, oh no, what is she gonna do? And Feyre's like, I guess I gotta do it. But then she realizes it's actually okay, and she should stab him in the heart. And honestly, I did not pick up on this at all. Emily, I don't know about you. Did you realize this before it was explained? Because
No.
I was like,
It
what
made
the
no fucking sense.
fuck? Yeah, so I'm gonna read the passage before we reveal.
Okay, I'm gonna pay
what
attention real
happened
hard.
here.
This is the one I'm supposed to
But
pay
also,
attention
like,
to, right? My
she
brain
can
has been
figure out
off this
this
whole
riddle.
time.
Yeah, she could figure out this riddle, but
Love is really hard for her.
oh, sorry, I'm in the part where she can't read. Let me keep
That's the whole book.
going. Yeah, but that was during the trial
That's
where
all
she's
the
trying
part.
to sound out words above the 1, 2, and 3 doors. You know what? I'm gonna read a little bit of Amarantha's dialogue because I wanted to read this later because it's so stupid and bad. Like,
Please
Disney
do it in
villain.
your squeaky evil witch voice that you've been
Yes.
giving her.
One fairy, and then we were free. Just one more swing of my arm. And maybe one more after that. Maybe one more swing up and inward into my own heart. It would be a relief to end it by my own hand, a relief to die rather than face this, what I'd done. The fairy servant offered the last dagger, and I was about to reach for it when the guard removed the hood from the male kneeling before me. My hands slackened at my sides. Amber-flecked green eyes stared up at me. Everything came crashing down, layer upon layer, shattering and breaking and crumbling as I gazed at Tamlin. I whipped my head to the throne beside Amarantha's, still occupied by my high lord, and she laughed as she snapped her fingers. The Tamlin beside her transformed into the ACOTAR, smiling wickedly at me, tricked, deceived by my own senses again. Slowly, my soul ripping further from me, I turned back to Tamlin. There was only guilt and sorrow in his eyes, and I stumbled away, almost falling as I tripped over my feet. Something wrong? Amarantha asked, cocking her head. Not fair, I got out. Resend's face had gone pale. So pale. Fair? Amarantha mused, playing with Jurian's bone on her necklace. I wasn't aware you humans knew of the concept. You killed Tamlin and he's free. Her smile was the most hideous thing I'd ever seen. And then you can have him all to yourself. My mouth stopped working. Unless, Amarantha went on. You think it would be more appropriate to forfeit your life. After all, what's the point? To survive only to lose him. Her words were like poison. Imagine all those years you were going to spend together, suddenly alone. Tragic, really. Though a few months ago, you hated our kind enough to butcher us. Surely you'll move on easily enough. She patted her ring. Jurian's human lover did. Still on his knees, Tamlin's eyes turned so bright, defiant. So, Amarantha said, but I didn't look at her. What will it be, Feyre? Kill him and save his court and my life, or kill myself and let them all live as Amarantha's slaves? Let her and the King of Highburn wage their final war against the human realm? There was no bargain to get out of this, no part of me to sell to avoid this choice. I stared at the ash dagger on that pillow. Alice had been right all those weeks ago. No human who came here ever walked out again. I was no exception. If I were smart, I would indeed stab my own heart before they could grab me. At least then I would die quickly. I wouldn't endure the torture that surely awaited me, possibly a fate like Jurian's. Alice had been right, but Alice had said something to help me. A final part of the curse, a part they couldn't tell me, a part that would aid me. And all she'd been able to do was tell me to listen to what I'd heard, as if I'd already learned everything I needed. I slowly faced Tamlin again. Emily is shaking her head. Memories flashed, one after another, blurs of color and words. Tamlin was High Lord of the Spring Court. What did that do to help me? The great rite was performed? No. He lied to me about everything, about why I'd been brought to the manor, about what was happening on his lands. The curse, he hadn't been allowed to tell me the truth, but he hadn't exactly pretended that everything was fine. No, he lied and explained as best he could and made it painfully obvious to me at every turn that something was very, very wrong. The ACOTAR in the garden is hidden from me as I was from it, but Tamlin had hidden me. He told me to stay put and then led the ACOTAR right toward me, let me overhear them. He'd left the dining room doors open when he'd spoken with Lucian about the curse, even if I hadn't realized it at the time. He'd spoken in public places. He'd wanted me to eavesdrop because he wanted me to know, to listen, because this knowledge... I ransacked every conversation, turning over words like stones. A part of the curse I hadn't grasped that they couldn't explicitly tell me, but Tamlin had needed me to know. Milady makes no bargains that are not advantageous to her. She would never kill what she desired most, not when she wanted Tamlin as much as I did, but if I killed him, she either knew I couldn't do it or she was playing a very, very dangerous game. Conversation after conversation echoed in my memory until I heard Lucian's words and everything froze. And that was when I knew. I couldn't breathe, not as I replayed the memory, not as I recalled the conversation I'd overheard one day. Lucian and Tamlin in the dining room, the door wide open for all to hear, for me to hear. For someone with a heart of stone, yours is certainly soft these days. I looked at Tamlin, my eyes flickering to his chest as another memory flashed, the ACOTAR in the garden laughing. Though you have a heart of stone, Tamlin, the ACOTAR said, you certainly keep a host of fear inside it. Amarantha would never risk me killing him, because she knew I couldn't kill him. Not if his heart couldn't be pierced by a blade, not if his heart had been turned to stone. Right. I scanned his face, searching for any glimmer of truth. There was only the bold rebellion within his gaze. Perhaps I was wrong. Perhaps it was just a fairy turn of phrase, but all those times I'd held Tamlin, I'd never felt his heartbeat.
Okay, so he has a literal heart of stone. I'm sure there was some, like, stuff happening over the book. Like, wow, he's so, like, emotionless, or he doesn't, like, show emotion or anything.
No, he has emotion. He's
incredibly emotional.
Yes.
Okay.
And, like, so this is part of the curse, because Amarantha was like, well, you don't want to fuck me? Well, I guess you don't have a heart. And she turned his heart to stone, but, like, it doesn't...
But it still works? It's still, like, pumping fairy blood through his...
guess. Supposedly.
Circulatory
system. I think we know how they work, because they don't
But they have a heart, but they have hearts, and it's notable that Tamlin's is stone.
Yep. So of course, the scene ends with her being like, I love you, as she stabs him.
Crying.
Crying, yeah.
I do remember how Adar is pronounced.
Oh, it's Adar.
It's Adar, which is wild knowing how that's spelled in that book.
Yeah, ATTOR, Adar. That's like, sounds like the snake, an ADDER.
Yeah,
Adar.
Actually wild.
I would think ACOTAR or ACOTAR. But anyway.
Okay.
There you go. The Heart of Stone thing. Real dumb. Yep, real dumb.
So
hate it.
The curse is still broken when she stabs him in the heart and it doesn't kill him. It's the act of stabbing him in the heart that won't kill him.
No.
Still...
So she
actually one of the trials.
So she succeeds the 3 trials in this act, but that's when Amarantha's like, I didn't say when I'd break the curse. Neener. So she succeeds, but because she doesn't give a deadline.
So Amarantha is in control of the parameters of the trials.
Yes.
and decides to set something up where it's like, okay, if you stab Tamlin in the heart, which I know won't work, this curse will be lifted. But then she's like, oh, well, you did stab him anyway. I just won't lift the curse anyway.
Yeah.
So the whole trial thing is really a sham.
Yeah,
from the top.
it is. Yes, exactly. I mean, this whole book is it's sham upon sham, because think about, like,
Okay, just so I'm
you
clear.
know, yeah. But the riddle thing, she said, if you solve the riddle, I break the curse immediately. And because
But why does that
why
one
does
legit?
it work? I don't fucking know, Chris. They don't explain any of the magic or why any of it works, because you're right. If she has this much control over everything else, why is she bound?
Why does the
by
basic
that?
love riddle undo it for real, though?
Don't know. All right.
And if you were like so in control of the curse and you knew that like the basic love riddle would be the undoing, does Amaranth say the riddle out loud?
Well, because she has to tell it to Thera, so yeah, she's.
So why don't you just not fucking say the riddle out loud, and then the curse is still like.
Oh, you're saying you
Oh,
can't.
give it to her to read, and then
Yeah.
she can't read.
That would have
Not
been
even that, just like
great.
don't ever say that there's a riddle to solve. Like you are handing her the mechanism by which to undo yourself.
Yeah, my only understanding of this is that she finds delight in toying with people, and that's the only reason any of this, because she's like a Disney villain, right? Like she's not.
Okay, yeah,
like a
you
real
have to
person.
give the mechanism to undo your evil plan to the hero.
Yes.
Or else there could
All
not
right.
be 5 more books.
Right, yeah. How is Sarah
Oh
J.
my
Maas
God.
gonna have a fabulous mansion or whatever she has, you know? All right. So, a couple more things before we get into character quality. We're almost
Oh
there.
my god.
We're almost
Oh my
there.
god.
So, the biggest thing I thought about was the romantic relationship itself between Feyre and Tamlin. So, on top of all of these stupid plot holes and dumb fantasy shit, you have the core of the book, which is their relationship. And, like, I was having a lot of trouble with the idea that an immortal being who's been alive for hundreds or thousands of years, we're actually not quite sure, would find enough common cause with a 19-year-old human girl to fall in love with her instead of somebody else that he has known all this time.
Yeah, the age gap is like the Reddit final boss.
Yeah. Am I the asshole? My girlfriend is 5,000 years younger than me. Yeah, so there's like the actual age gap, and then there's just the gap in like
What do they talk about?
life experience. Yeah, life experience, and like it's just
She's up in
really
there like,
hard.
whoa, toilets? Have you seen these things? Like, I poop in there and it goes away. Like, have you guys? And he's like, dude, I've been using that for 5,000 years.
Not to mention, like, yeah. So sorry. Yeah, you have the age gap. You have the wealth gap. You've got.
Well, she used to be wealthy.
Yeah. Well,
So,
she
like-
was like human upper middle class. Like he's like wealthy, you know.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair.
There's still a bit
He's
of a gap there.
old money. He's real.
Oh,
old.
yeah. Ancient money. We're talking before stocks. even
Decrepit
stocks.
ashen money.
Yeah. You know, and then you think about their experiences too. Like, he's fought in giant wars.
The big war.
The big war, in
Big
fact.
word, big one.
He and something we didn't talk about is how fairy culture is very brutal, and so every court has like, you know, a royal family, and there's a lot of intrigue, but the intrigue is a lot of like murdering your siblings and parents and shit. So it's like pretty gnarly to be a royal fairy person. You kind of are like always dealing with your siblings maybe wanting to kill you, or your parents, or you killing your parents or siblings. So it's a little rough out there. To me, that's a whole level that a human, or that she doesn't have, at least. You know, she's just a 19-year-old. I mean, yes, she had a hard life by human standards for the
a
last
few
couple
years.
years. Yeah, for the last couple years, but not that level.
Imagine like you're trying to plan like your next couple months out with like your partner and like trying to like write stuff on the calendar, and part of that is like, I do have to assassinate my uncle somewhere in August here. Like, I know we were trying to like go out on a trip or something, but like if I don't do it then he's probably going to send an assassin after me while we're on the trip, and that's going to like make it really hard to like get to the hotel on time.
Yeah, it's hard out there. Yeah, and the reason that they give in the book as to like why they have a bond, other than the intentional Munchausening, or not Munchausening, the Swedish one.
Stockholm.
Stockholm.
Yeah, the intentional Stockholming, which is like how this comes to pass at all, is that they set up this, like, the whole point is to make her fall in love with him by trapping her in the fucking house and giving her like everything she wants, like paints and stuff, because she's a painter, but she doesn't have money for paint. So like when she's in the, you know, the Spring Court Palace or whatever, she
can paint all day.
Yeah. And by the way, they have a full art gallery and they can get whatever they want at any point, and you know, of course. So the reason they give for like why they fall in love is because they've both experienced familial trauma. And I'm like, I don't know if these familial traumas are even close to the same. Like, he comes from a society where the familial trauma is intense and ongoing and involves murdering each other. And she's like, I don't know, my family didn't really help me when we ran out of money.
Yeah, like my sisters don't really like me.
My mom
and
died.
my mom died mysteriously.
Yeah, fantasy cancer.
And my dad is useless.
Yeah. Like, yes.
That's not easy, but at the same time, they're not like actively trying to murder you.
That's like,
right.
We can have a conversation at a cocktail party, but like falling in love on the basis of that seems not great. Yeah.
No.
Don't get it.
And
And also
like, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we never hear anything about Tamlin ever having a girlfriend or a wife before, but all we know is that Farah had a fuckboy farm like in the village that she like met up with to have sex with sometimes, and she was like, yeah, we weren't like that into each other, but it was like all we could kind of do and figure out.
It's how we pass the time.
Yeah, which like when you're, I don't know, a 16-year-old urchin, fine. But yeah, we never hear anything about Tamlin having any relationships, and he's been alive for how long? Mystery years? Hundreds? Thousands?
Question mark?
Yeah. But no backstory.
Listen, he really doesn't do well on the dating scene out there.
No.
I mean, he did reject Amarantha.
Yeah. Well, she seems terrible.
So he's not desperate.
Yeah, right. So
Maybe it's just like everyone knows that Amarantha has it for Tamlin, so like don't dare approach him or else she'll be all up in your shit.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, but wait, he does fuck somebody else at the ritual.
Well, he has to. The magic makes him.
Oh my god, I forgot about this.
Of
Can
course.
you talk about this? Because I forgot about this. Do you want to explain
like
the ritual
some
thing?
spring festival, and Tamlin
Yeah.
is like taken over by the magic of the festival.
Yep.
And he's just swept up in it, and he like has to fuck someone. Like that's how the ceremony ends. And,
All right, yeah, some Mayday shit or whatever.
Yeah, it is very similar to Mayday. And then, so Farah sneaks into the festival, because of course she does.
Yeah.
And he, like, catches a whiff of her scent and, like, is enraged.
Yes.
And I don't know, she gets sent back to the house or something, and he's like, I almost fucked you.
Yeah, he's like, how
so
dare
mad
you?
about it.
And then he pins her to the wall in the hallway and bites her neck, and they're both, like, really hot for each other, but they don't fuck because they're I don't know why. Like the whole point is for them to fall in love. Why is this a problem? I don't understand. It is manufactured tension.
You almost made me fuck you. How dare
How
you?
dare you, when the whole purpose of this entire kidnapping exercise was to make you love me and fuck me, presumably. Like, what? That, to me, it was like, why are we making this a conflict? It's not a conflict. Have sex. We can skip 150 pages. I would love that. It's great.
Yeah.
You know.
So he does that once a year.
That's right. He does the Mayday fuck
true.
ritual once a year.
All right, every Mayday I'll cut loose a little bit.
Yeah, I'll have sex with some lady. And it seems like he doesn't even remember or know who it is. It's like, it's so strange.
The magic.
Yeah, and somehow this makes
he has
the magic
to do it every
keep
year.
happening, even though didn't Amarantha take their magic? So why would the ritual work anymore? Dude, I have so many questions.
She didn't take that one because that's the hot part of the magic, and she wants
Yeah.
some entertainment.
Yeah. So that was dumb. So anyway, I found their relationship really hard to believe. It was very hard to
Yeah,
believe.
he's also very mean.
Yeah.
And aggressive.
Yeah, and also, again,
Smashes things.
this was all a setup they have to fall in love to break a curse. Like,
Be nice.
yeah, and
Don't
also,
smash the coffee table.
yeah, don't smash the coffee table. Don't pin me against the wall and bite my neck when I'm not asking for that. And also, I don't know how you can continue to be in love when you find out it was all a fucking game.
Yeah.
How do you retain that connection? Because I feel like if I found out that my husband got me to marry him by an elaborate ruse, I would not be.
I'm just
Just
watching
leave.
Tanner's face in the background to see if there's any change.
No change.
No
Don't worry.
change.
It's all
He's
truthful.
deep in guitar land.
But
But
yeah, I think I would just leave. Like,
Yeah.
she found the hole in the wall. Just go.
Wouldn't
Run,
you,
girl.
Wouldn't you be like if your husband was like, so I manufactured like how we first met, and then and then like worked with
I'm out.
hundreds of other people to make you
I'm
love
out.
me. Yeah, like I would also be like, fucking peace, dude. You break your own goddamn curse. I'm out. Done. So I just can't believe that she finds this out and is like, oh no, this is still cool.
I feel like this is that fantasy trope of like love is unconditional.
Yeah.
And
right.
where in the real world it is very conditional.
Very conditional, yeah. And not on like superfluous stuff, but on real things, like tricking me into loving you and being
traumatizing me.
Yeah, what the
making
fuck?
me stab you.
Yeah, making kidnapping me away from my family. Like, I don't know, man. It was really hard to believe that they had that they could have a real connection, even if it, was a setup, that they would even get there, and then the love would remain after the setup was revealed was also like a second layer of.
You should read the second book. There's a wedding.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, now we know about the toilets, so
That's true.
toilets broke it. All right, last thing is like, what the fuck is up with adult women being attracted to stories like this? It's just this type of escapism to me is
Weird.
I feel like it's got bad effects in the real world, which is why I don't like it. Because think about it. Like, how would you feel if the creature who takes you away from your family is not hot? How would we
that's
be
like
feeling?
99% of any kidnapping case in the
Yeah.
real world.
Yeah. A very not hot guy takes you away from your family and puts you in a palace. How you doing? Not great? Right. Like, or I don't know, what if whether he's hot or not, what if he takes you to
You just don't like him? You just don't like him.
Well, yeah, what
What if just have nothing in
Yeah,
common?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
if he takes you to a dripping cave and you have no creature comforts and you can't paint in a gallery all day? And
Well,
have
then that's not the
fabulous meals?
fantasy, Paris. That doesn't work for me. Everything has to be great. That's why I'm reading this.
Yeah, I just feel like people get caught up in the fabulous wealth and the hotness and don't think about the trappings of it all, the literal trappings. I don't know, man. I just think you gotta do a little work in your brain if this is what you're looking for.
Well, it's like, this guy is nice to me. He gave me nice clothes and he's rich. So
He's hot,
He's hot.
despite the mask fused to his flesh.
That I have to kiss.
Yep. Gotta get right under that snout. Right
Ugh.
under. I don't know, man. I just think, and I'm not telling you that like you're a broken, terrible person if you're into this, but I do think that if you find yourself attracted to something like this, it's worth having a conversation with yourself, a trusted friend, being like, why am I into this? Can I separate like my enjoyment of this fantasy work from my real life? Or am I so invested in this that I am now looking for a husband like this, and maybe that's a problem in real life, because I feel like that is what happens with these sorts of books is people start being like, oh, well, wouldn't it be great if I really dated someone like this? And it's like, I don't think it
No.
would be though.
The red flags are everywhere.
Yeah, the flags are flying, my friends. So, just be a little careful with that. Don't let the fantasy creep into your real life is my advice. It's my caution. Cause like I don't love this anyway, but I don't know. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I just like reading trash and that's fine. And and they don't go on podcasts and talk about it, and they just do it in their homes for fun, which I argue is weirder than what we do. But you do you.
No,
do what
we're
you want.
weirder, Paris. This is weirder.
Yeah, it maybe. Anyway, jokes aside, I do think that it is worthwhile to examine why we are attracted to these things, why we like these things, and to make sure that that going further down that rabbit hole and maybe pulling the rabbits into our own life isn't really bad for us in a lot of ways. Because, man, have I seen just a lot of stuff on the internet about people reading books like reading ACOTAR and other books like this and sort of spiraling into like, well, now I want a divorce because my husband isn't like this, or
he's
like,
never kidnapped me before.
Yeah,
I must divorce him.
He's never gotten me a personal chef who cooks me full meals every night. Like, what the fuck, Brad? What the fuck?
He's never punched a wall because he loves me so much.
Yeah, he's never bitten me in a hallway at night unexpectedly.
Our coffee
because
tables
I'm
are
so hot.
intact.
Yeah,
All over the house.
No, and I think people really develop these unhealthy ideals from the media they consume, and that's something we've talked about on the show a lot, and that's what has sort of made me want to read this series or read this book at some point. Not the whole series. I don't know if I could do the whole.
Don't do it.
Emily's experience is a warning.
I've DNF'd book 4.
Wow.
I made it 1 paragraph in, and I couldn't do it.
That's intense.
It was horrible.
Well, you got the full dramatized, like...
I thought it would be better.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if better is the right word. Different.
It was entertaining for a minute.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it is good to think about things we like in media, why we like them, and to make sure that we're not, falling into these weird romanticized traps that can lead to bad decisions in real life. Like about, fucking with your relationships and... fucking with your goals in life in weird ways, you gotta...
Well, have you seen the, Night Court spin-offs from this?
Oh, no, tell me.
There are, in-person balls that are put on by production companies based on this universe, and they hire actors to play the main characters. Oh, it is.
Oh, and let me guess, they have a Mayday ritual after, don't they?
I don't know.
They gotta keep the magic
it's
alive.
This whole industry of adult
Whoa.
women going to these balls that are like a night court festival. I have no idea.
So remember a moment ago when I was like, I'm a little worried people might be taking this too seriously. I guess it's worse
wild.
Than I thought.
So, the Google found out that I was reading these books,
Of course.
so I got fed these TikToks of these actors.
Oh.
It's bonkers. It is so uncomfortable to watch. These women think that these actors are these characters, and they feed into it. It is so weird.
Oh.
It's gross.
Oh, God.
There's always another new layer for me to unravel. And...
and I feel like this is a new development because I don't remember that happening with Twilight. Did that happen with Twilight? Were people having vampire baseball games in parks in the Pacific Northwest? Was that at any point? I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. I guess I don't know enough about, but I don't think I ever heard about reenactments. I mean, I know about the plays and the musicals and stuff that are kind of funny, but...
No, this is a whole thing.
Wow. I'm a little speechless about that. That's actually horrifying to me because, like you're saying, it's not like people are going to a theme park and having fun for a day.
They're not going to a Ren fair.
Yeah,
they're going to a ball.
People want to fuck that dude who's playing Tamlin. They want to
sure.
fuck that dude who's playing Rhysand. They want to fuck Amarantha or whatever. They want to do things in the real world with these people is the problem. Yeah, and that's the whole thing around which this industry spins. Oh.
Okay, I need to move
God.
past that into the rest of this because I don't want to think about it anymore.
Well, now I need. Oh God, Emily, my brain. I don't know if my brain.
That's
can
later.
Move on.
No, Paris, you have so much more ground to cover. We can't dive into this hole. We'll never get out of here.
Coincidentally, we need to talk about character quality. So it is.
Sure.
It is actually all right. Let's talk about character quality. It is actually wild to me that these characters have come into the real world because they are so featureless in.
Yeah, I could not tell you which fairy is which fairy.
Yeah.
Except for the color of their hair.
Yeah, Tamlin and Rhysand and all the powerful fairymen and Lucian or whatever. I'm like, they're all shadow daddies in different shades. Like you said, yeah, it's different hair colors. They could have all swapped lines and I wouldn't have blinked.
This is the same shit as anime waifu game, microtransaction-y thing. They all have slightly different hair colors. The boobs are slightly different sizes. Pick your favorite.
Shapes.
Which one would you like to romance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that. And I think this, well, I talked about this a little bit earlier about how I felt like Feyre's character was undercut because I felt like the book did try to build her into a full person with some agency, but then just was like, nah, she's going to be a kept lady now. Bye. We're just going to take all that away. The other bummer is that I thought her sisters had some good development in the book, and I thought that their family dynamic was well explained too. Like, you know, even though it was negative, it was, I thought the way it was portrayed was pretty good. And I was like, damn, I really wanted kind of, I was hoping the sisters were going to get involved and like help save her or something, but no, they just fuck off. They just fuck off and go do their own thing. Elaine's like, I'm gonna garden, and Nesta's like, I guess I'm gonna learn a trade or something. And then, you know, we just
and Nesta like knows, she knows that Feyre was taken away or something.
Yeah.
And
she's
turns
just
out,
like, whatever, man. She's gone. I don't care.
I think it even turns out that Elaine, the quote-unquote simple sister, is actually not simple and also knew it was bullshit, but was like,
I like my life now.
yeah, life's cool. We got money.
It's like,
I got a
wow,
garden.
we're so glad Feyre's gone. Let's not say shit to Dad.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, but, you know, we have to just cast all that aside so we can, I don't know, play footsie with horny fairies or whatever. It's just, oh, man.
Yeah, character quality is not good. I think, like, the female character quality in particular is very bad.
Amarantha's just stupid.
So we have only an evil female character. We have Feyre, who we just discussed, is basically, you know, was independent, now she's not. Yeah. And then we have the Alice, the servant.
Yeah, who doesn't...
That's like the three women in the entire story.
Yeah, and Alice doesn't have really a personality. She's just plot device.
She's a tree lady that
She's
helps.
there for exposition.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we have to learn about the curse, as she's, like, yelling at Feyre, she's like, here's the curse. And she lore dumps the curse, and that's her only purpose. Before that, she was, I don't know, brushing hair, drawing baths.
Yes.
That was it. So she could have been anyone, is the point. Like, she did not have any personality. There's nothing we knew about her. Can I ask,
like, so Alice gave the hint about, oh, you gotta listen, and it's like the heart of stone. Is there a reason why she couldn't have just been like, hey, his heart is stone. You don't have to, like, if
the
you...
curse.
Because you know how curses
like preventing...
are. You can't tell... It's the first rule of Curse Club is can't talk about the curse, you know?
Okay, understood. You don't have... Okay, yeah. I'll take it.
Because that's how it works, even though it doesn't have to. Yeah, so it was a bummer.
Of course.
Just kind of bummers all around. Again, there was some good development, but then it was cast aside because we decided...
They do come back.
What?
The sisters are a bigger part in the later books.
Oh, that's good. I like to hear that. That's good.
You could read the books for them.
Oh, no. I'm not doing that. All right. So, because we have been long-winded already, I think, I don't know, is there anything else you wanted to mention about character quality before we move on?
No. I can't remember any of them.
Good.
So.
Great. Yeah. That's how
Score
great
it,
these
Paris.
are written. So, speaking of which, we are going to move into sort of the prose quality and dialogue.
Score the section, Paris.
Oh, score.
Oh my God, what section is this?
The plot construction that we started like an hour and a half ago. -1, 0, or 1.
It's gonna be a -1 for me.
Oh yeah.
There is no plot.
Yeah, because I'm looking at how many questions and problems I had, and that feels like a -1. So we're gonna go -1.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris. I always forget to do this. All right, moment to moment. Let's talk about prose quality and dialogue. So, I mean, for me, I had like glimmers of hope here and there when I was reading. There was actually some good sections. I'm gonna actually. Do you want to read a section or?
I can. I do know how to read. I am more qualified than Feyre.
Yeah, this heroine is literate.
I know words.
The picnic date scene,
I did like that one.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice.
So, all right, 156 is, I think I have a...
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't come up with any words when we arrived. And I knew that even if I had been able to paint it, nothing would have done it justice. I'm sorry, the painting. It wasn't simply that it was the most beautiful place I'd ever been to, or that it filled me with both longing and mirth, but it just seemed right. As if the colors and lights and patterns of the world had come together to form one perfect place, one true bit of beauty. After last night, it was exactly where I needed to be. We sat atop a grassy knoll, overlooking a glade of oaks so wide and high that they could have been the pillars and spires of an ancient castle. Shimmering tufts of dandelion fluff drifted by, and the floor of the clearing was carpeted with swaying crocuses and snowdrops and bluebells. It was an hour or two past noon by the time we arrived, but the light was thick and golden.
And it goes on, and I think there's a couple of other, like, I give credit for using the word mirth. That's a good word.
A lot of M dashes in that passage.
I love an M dash. I'm an M dash bitch. So yeah, I love it. And there are some
got
other
a big
things.
M dash tramp stamp on it.
But just the symbol, just the bar,
yeah.
and people wonder like what. Yeah. So there's some things that are redeeming. I actually really liked a part where she's talking about characterizing Elaine. See, I don't know, would you care to grace us with your voice again, Emily, or are you done?
Can.
Okay,
I can. Find it.
See if I can.
I glanced sidelong at her. My sister was beaming, content, prettier than I'd ever seen her, even in her simple muslin gardening dress. Her cheeks were flushed beneath her large flappy hat. I think I'd like to see the continent, I said. And that was true, I realized. There was so much of the world that I hadn't seen, hadn't ever thought about visiting, hadn't ever been able to dream of visiting. I'm surprised you're so eager to go next spring, I said. Isn't that right in the middle of the season? The socialite season, which had ended a few weeks ago apparently, full of parties and balls and luncheons and gossip. Elaine had told me all about it at dinner the night before, hardly noticing that it was an effort for me to get my food down. So much of it was the same. The meat, the bread, the vegetables, and yet it was ash in my mouth compared to what I consumed in Prithian. And I'm surprised you don't have a line of suitors out the door begging for your hand. Elaine flushed but plunged her little shovel into the ground to dig out a weed. Yes, well, there will always be other seasons. Nesta won't tell you, but this season was somewhat strange. In what way? She shrugged her slim shoulders. People act as if we'd all just been ill for 8 years, or had gone away to some distant country. Not that we'd been a few villages over in that cottage. You'd think we dreamed it all up, what happened to us over those years. No one said a word about it. Did you think they would? If we were as rich as this house suggested, there were surely plenty of families willing to overlook the stain of our poverty. No, but it made me wish for those years again, even with the hunger and cold. This house feels so big sometimes, and Father is always busy, and Nesta... She looked over her shoulder to where my eldest sister stood by a gnarled mulberry tree, looking over the flat expanse of our lands. She'd barely spoken to me the night before, and not at all during breakfast. I'd been surprised when she joined us outside, even if she'd stayed away by the tree the whole time. Nesta didn't finish the season. She wouldn't tell me why. She began refusing every invitation. She hardly talked to anyone, and I feel wretched when my friend pays a visit, because she makes them so uncomfortable when she stares at them in that way of hers. Elaine sighed. Maybe you could talk to her. I contemplated telling Elaine that Nesta and I hadn't had a civil conversation in years, but Elaine added, "She went to see you, you know." I blinked, my blood going a bit cold. What? Well, she was gone for only about a week, and she said that her carriage broke down not halfway there, and it was easier to come back. But you wouldn't know, since you never got any of our letters. I looked over at Nesta, standing so still under those branches, the summer breeze rustling the skirts of her dress. Had she gone to see me, only to be turned back by whatever glamour magic Tamlin had cast on her? I turned back to the garden and caught Elaine staring at me. What? Elaine shook her head and went back to weeding. You just look so... different. You sound so different, too. Indeed, I hadn't quite believed my eyes when I'd passed a hall mirror last night. My face was still the same, but there was a glow about me. A kind of shimmering light that was nearly undetectable. I knew without a doubt that it was because of my time in Prithian, that all the magic had somehow rubbed off on me. I dreaded the day it would forever fade. Did something happen at Aunt Ripley's house? I cannot believe that.
Aunt Ripley. The talented Aunt Ripley, the murder mystery.
Okay, is that where we have to cut it off? Because it was just so...
Yeah, but anyway, thanks, Emily. That was good. I just wanted to show that I thought the sister interactions were pretty good.
And Elena's supposed to be, like, simpler, but it really just seems
But
to be
she
that she's sort of,
clearly
like,
fucking
emotionally
knows.
intelligent.
Yeah, she clearly
She's
fucking
just like
knows.
the sweet sister.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
the sweet one, and Nesta's the prickly one. Yeah. So anyway, I think it's like some moments of dialogue feel fine, but that some is like paint by numbers cheese. I mean, I already gave you a pretty good taste of Amarantha's dialogue and how
Yes.
fucking
Yeah.
stupid it is. I guess I could just pull like maybe what's another good like Tamlin or Reese or something. I'm just okay. This is like Tamlin and Lucian at the dinner table talking about how one of the bad creatures is on their lands or whatever.
Okay.
Whatever tentative truce we built that afternoon vanished at the dinner table. Tamlin was lounging in his usual seat, a long claw out and circling his goblet.
Oh, so he's
Wait,
just
presumably making the
getting, like, fur
sound.
in the drink and shit.
Yeah. It paused on the lip as soon as I entered, Lucian on my heels. His green eyes pinned me to the spot. Right. I'd brushed him off that morning, claiming I wanted to be alone. Tamlin slowly looked at Lucian, whose face had turned grave. We went on a hunt, Lucian said. I heard, Tamlin said roughly, glancing between us as we took our seats. And did you have fun? Slowly, his claw sank back into his flesh. Lucian didn't answer, leaving it to me. Coward. I cleared my throat. Sort of, I said. Did you catch anything? Every word was clipped out. No. Lucian gave a pointed cough, as if urging me to say more. But I had nothing to say. Tamlin stared at me for a long moment, then dug into his food, not all that interested in talking to me, either. Then Lucian quietly said, Tam. Tamlin looked up, more animal than fey in those green eyes. A demand for whatever it was Lucian had to say. Lucian's throat bobbed. The bogue was in the forest today. Is it bogue or boggy? Bogue? The bogue?
The bog.
The bog
thing.
was in the forest today. The fork in Tamlin's hand folded in on itself.
He's so
Crushed the fork. Crushed the fork. He crushed
Now
the
you don't have
fork.
a fork to eat with, dude. Like, relax.
Fine, fix it with
Breaking
magic.
coffee tables and forks and...
He said with lethal calm. You ran into it? Lucian nodded. It moved past but came close. It must have snuck through the border. Metal groaned as Tamlin's claws punched out, obliterating the fork so the fork gets crushed.
Fork
and
is gone.
Speared. I'm losing all my bookmarks. He rose to his feet with a powerful, brutal movement. I tried not to tremble at the contained fury and how his canines seemed to lengthen as he said, oh, you're right, he is a wolf. Where in the forest? Lucian told him. Tamlin threw a glance in my direction before stalking out of the room and shutting the door behind him with unnerving gentleness. Lucian loosed a breath, pushing away his half-eaten food and rubbing at his temples. Where is he going? I asked, staring at the door. To hunt the bog. You said it couldn't be killed, that you can't face it. Tam can. My
course he
breath
can.
caught a bit. The gruff high fae, half-heartedly flattering me, was capable of killing a thing like the bogue, and yet he'd served me himself that first night, offered me life rather than death. I'd known he was lethal, that he was a warrior of sorts, but... So we went to hunt the bog where we were earlier today? Lucian shrugged. If he's going to pick up a trail, it would be there. I had no idea how anyone could face that immortal horror, but it wasn't my problem. And just because Lucian wasn't going to eat anymore didn't mean I wouldn't. Lucian, lost in thought, didn't even notice the feast I downed. Anyway, it's just...
Okay, so yeah,
It's not great.
Tamlin is
It's
just
not.
like a stiff, gruff jerk, and she's like, oh.
He's so
strong.
mysterious.
Yeah.
And strong.
And then
He doesn't
she's
say
like-
anything about how he's
Yeah.
feeling or anything.
He does eventually a little bit, but like, it's just, you know, it's the dialogue mostly fine. Some of it's really cheesy, so I feel like, I don't know, it's like a 0 for me, like right down the middle. It's not great, but I don't know.
Has moments.
Yeah, it's got moments of
Okay,
okayness.
0 is acceptable.
Yeah.
I would say 0. It's
Yeah.
not a negative. It's
No,
definitely
and-
not a positive.
No, and I think the thing that I said this earlier, I feel like Miss Maas here could write something better based on the glimmers of hope I see in the prose, and it makes me all the angrier that this is what she chose to do.
She has several series too.
Oh, Lord. And I'm sure they're all this stupid, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to Terriblo's presence.
Emily has no context for this, I think.
I have no idea
Yeah.
what this word is. I can only infer.
Yes. So over the years, just organically, we have joked about the High Lord of Terrible Books, Terriblo. It is is obviously very stupid.
He's an omnipotent being.
Yes, and so Chris and I made like many offhanded jokes, and then our listeners have sort of made this real, in more ways than one. Like, people talk about Terriblo like a real thing.
How do you know he's not real?
Yeah, I think we've American gods this, where like we actually have made this god real. Chris got a tattoo of Terriblo, which he is trying to show you now.
Oh, so he has a shape.
Yes,
That's
it's pretty terrifying.
I can't really see much, but
it's
got eyeballs.
Like an
Horrible.
eldritch.
Oh, I see now.
Like an eldritch Cthulhu-like bug creature, full of all the arms that all hold terrible books. So, after many years of this, we were like, okay, we're just gonna go with it. Terriblo's real now. And so we now evaluate Terriblo's presence during a book read. And like, basically this is like, how wacky did shit get? Did anything weird happen to you while you were reading the book? Like, one time my hair caught on fire while I was reading a book, so we felt that was Terriblo.
That was definitely his presence. Okay, I get it.
So we've got chaos levels, which is like, was the fabric of normal reality maintained? Was it a little weird? Or were you just like, where the fuck am I in this book? The ha levels, which is like, how many times you had to go, wait, that didn't make sense, and sort of reevaluate what had happened. And then lastly, please help, which is the amount of times we had to contact another person for sanity boosts during the read. So,
okay.
I don't know. I felt like for chaos levels, it was just sort of like very silly fantasy world with no rhyme or reason. So it was wavery, but it was recognizable.
I wouldn't call it like chaotic.
Yeah.
It was just like,
there were some things that made me laugh. Okay, the fact that toilets appear in the next book is really good.
Out of control.
Mm-hmm.
The one that got me in this book was the literal lake of starlight that exists.
That was fun.
Yeah, just in the glen, like right near where they have the picnic, I think.
Yeah.
There's just a lake or a pond of actual starlight, and you can like swim in it. And they do they skinny dip in it, or do they almost skin? They get in their drawers, maybe.
Is there underwear in this world? Oh my god, there is real underwear. It's like real underwear though.
Yeah, it's like real.
It's like
underwear.
not fantasy underwear.
Yeah, it's not fantasy underwear. There's no chainmail bikinis or anything. Yeah, so I don't know. It was just kind of stupid. For hull levels, oh boy, I definitely had to go back and
a lot of consulting, re-rating, rewinding, looking up things.
Yeah, just being like, that doesn't make any sense, but I guess that's what we're going with. Yeah, it was concerning.
Yeah.
The please help. I definitely sent Chris a couple messages when I was reading this.
Many texts sent to my friend who has also subjected herself to this novel.
Oh, Lord.
I made it further than her in the series.
Congratulations.
I'm
sorry.
I think an apology is more apt.
Condolences.
Yeah. This book was shockingly weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it's full bore Terriblo, but not nothing either.
Zero feels appropriate, right in the middle. Yeah, let's go with Lastly, let's talk about should this exist. So I have my answers here.
Well, it does exist. So
yeah, that's
past that point.
It's already unfortunate. But we have some sub questions and should this exist to help us work this out. So, do we think readers of this genre would enjoy this? And I feel like
this is like the queen of all. Like, she is the reason that romantasy popped off. So, like, unequivocally, yes.
I think if you are a romance reader or like romance fantasy, sure. But I think a general fantasy reader would
absolutely not. Do not read this book. You will be very unhappy.
Yes. No thanks. I don't know. Do we feel as if the author's goal was met? Hell yes. I'm
Yes.
sure she's got 9 houses now. I'm sure she's stoked.
very rich.
Oh, yeah. Having her own little ball every night with an orgy, I'm sure. So, I don't know. I just feel like the goal for this was, like, make a mass market book that
Check.
preys on people's insecurities about their relationships and desires to escape the world.
Done.
Yeah, done. Check. I don't know if that was her goal, but that's my guess. You know, every writer
feels like it.
Most writers want to be successful enough to do this as for their living and like
she's
succeed.
prolific.
She's done that.
She's hit her market.
Yep. Really, shit like this makes me go, why am I not writing books? But then I realize it's because I have integrity, so I don't do that. But you know, everyone's integrity is a little bit different, I guess. But for me, this would not be the thing that I would want to profit off of. I don't know. It just feels bad. Feels bad, man. I don't know. I would feel weird if this was like what I was making money off of. I don't know.
It would need to be under a pseudonym, and no one could know.
Yeah. Even then, I don't know. I'd feel bad. I feel bad. Does it add anything new, interesting, or novel? Oh, no. No, these are...
I mean, even the
trodden.
fantasy stuff is just taken, as Emily said, from Irish-Scottish lore, generally.
Yeah,
so it's not even like you're coming
yeah,
up with anything...
started with Beauty and the Beast, and we added a little Scotch-Irish stuff, I guess. I actually don't even know where the Beauty and the Beast myth originates, if it is also itself perhaps Scotch-Irish, but I think it's mainland Europe. I don't actually know. That's a very large parcel of land, but unknown. Not a fairy tale expert. Someone who is, please tell me. Did this take something from us? I don't know. It was a little long, but it was easy to read, so I don't know. But I feel like Emily's soul was sucked.
It was
much worse than mine.
It was. It took a lot of dignity from me.
Yeah.
And time.
Were you biking while you were listening to this?
No, I don't do audiobooks while I bike.
That's good.
Thank God.
Yeah, might have led to injury in this case.
I am a worse person after reading this. So, yes, it did take something from me.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. Oh. So, my favorite question that I've added in the last year is, what should someone read instead of this? And I had an interesting experience where after this, I was reading for pleasure, and my pleasure book choice was The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. And I had read Circe and loved it, so I was looking forward to it. I had to be on a bunch of planes because I went and played a festival in another state across the country. And so this was my plane book. And I feel like it was a romantasy. Like she snuck in a romantasy on me. And I loved it. And it was not what I was expecting. Like I know the general myth of Achilles, but the way Madeline Miller told it, you've got your gods, you've got your magic. You've got two people in love. They have a tragic ending. Maybe it's not a happy ending, but do romanticies always have happy endings? Is that a
I don't think
hallmark
so.
of the genre? Oh no.
Maybe. I've only read 2, so I couldn't tell you.
I feel like in our experience, like in all the shit romance fantasy books we've read, I feel like they usually have a happy ending, but I don't know. Chris, what about Fourth Wing? Was that a happy ending?
No, because
have you purged it from your mind?
I mean, mostly, but like at the end of it, it's like, oh, Xander was really like part of this rebellion thing, and now I'm in the rebellion. So like, it's kind of the happy ending of like, now I'm in the rebellion against this evil kingdom or whatever, and my brother's alive, so it's like kind of happy, but there was also a tinge of like, oh, everything's extra fucked because now the war between... There's
a series to continue writing for money.
Yeah,
so therefore,
exactly. So half and half.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, notorious hater of love, me. I still loved Song of Achilles. I thought it was great. Like, if there's going to be romance in my adventure, this is how I would like it to be. It is queer, I guess, is a thing to mention. It was just so well done. I mean, it's not like... I mean, I knew it was going to be good because, like I said, I loved Circe, and Madeline Miller is a lovely wordsmith. But I was like, I feel like I just read a romantasy and didn't know it.
Like, she tricked you.
Yeah, I was tricked. So I guess my point is, I think I maybe even see... Yeah, I loved that, and that's like not something I would think I would love. So maybe there's a possibility for the genre, but You kind of have to come at it from a very different angle, like Madeline Miller did. Yeah, I don't know. I guess she also lives like 2 miles away from me, which is bizarre, which I didn't know. She lives in Cambridge, turns out.
Oh, didn't know that. Fun
weird.
fact.
Weird. Hey, hope I run into you someday, Madeline Miller. You're great. Anyway, there's plenty of other good fantasy, and if you are the kind of person who wants fantasy with some romance, but maybe that like the whole plot doesn't like spin around, there's plenty I could recommend. Perdido Street Station by China Mieville. We've talked about that many times on this show. The Malazan series doesn't have a lot of romance in it. I really like it. I'm like 4 books in. And then the Elemental Logic series, the books are called like Earth Logic, Fire Logic, etc. By Laurie J. Marks. So if you want queer romance done well in a fantasy novel, yeah, I always think about Earth Logic because I read it a long time ago. Because Laurie was our professor in college, weirdly. Chris, that's the class Chris and I met in, strangely enough. And kind of took her a little bit to like admit to us that she was an author. I think she was worried that people would maybe feel different. I don't know, this is just my perception, but I thought her book was great. And it was the first queer focused fantasy I'd ever read, and I thought it was great. So I don't know, those are some recommendations from me. Emily, do you got any in your back pocket?
I typically avoid any romance in any novel.
Yeah,
ever,
same. Yeah, we
Same.
are the same way.
It embarrasses me to no end.
Yeah.
I
know,
So
I hate
no, I did read Circe. Thought it was great.
Yeah. Or any
Madeline
like,
Miller is a fantastic writer.
Yeah. I don't know what any fantasy you might recommend.
I am unfortunately a huge Sanderson fan, and I know that is a very divisive topic.
Yeah, I'm the hater, but Chris likes Sanderson.
That's okay.
So.
I'm half on Brando. I'm real 50-50.
He gets it right sometimes, and he gets it wrong frequently.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to hear fans say that because I feel like every other
he
fan
can't write a woman to save his life.
Yeah, fuck that then. Yeah, like every other
like
fan I meet,
stories.
they're like,
I'm
ride
okay
or
with
fucking
Shalon
die.
and Pattern.
She
They're
sucks.
fine.
She's no. I am a Shalon
Okay.
racist.
Okay. Emily, I will say this. I'm mostly there for Pattern. Shalon really fell
100%.
apart. Yeah, she fell apart after like book 2, but Pattern I'm there for.
Pattern is my favorite character.
So Pattern
Yes.
is the Nutella, Shalon's the banana that you're using to get that that Nutella and
Yes.
try to feel okay about it, like
Except
the
extremely
vehicle.
mentally ill.
Yes.
Very mentally ill banana or Nutella?
Yeah.
Banana.
Oh, banana.
Mentally ill
The
banana.
banana, yeah.
All right, great.
Um,
I don't know anything other than Sanderson.
that's really all I've been reading recently.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. You're out of recommendation
For
prison.
fantasy, yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you got for us?
Honestly, a lot of the same thing you were talking about
Yeah.
here. And I do have some other fantasy that I would recommend, but it's more appropriate for the next episode that we're going to record. So I kind of want to save it for that.
So stay tuned.
I think
Yeah.
the one I remember you talking about was the one with the Orconomics or something.
Oh, I really love the Orconomics series, but that's like sort of like a Terry Pratchett, like economic satire based on like D&D tropes kind of thing. Not at all the same thing as what is happening here.
Okay. I couldn't remember all the details.
That's
but,
like capitalism satirized through the lens of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. All right. Can we fix it? Yeah, reverse all the things we complained about earlier. I'm tired. I'm tired. I mean, there's so many, like, this would require so much fixing. This is like a full house gut. Like, you gotta gut this whole book. You
Start
gotta
over.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's got the bones really to stand. Just because I hate every angle of this. I maybe if we had, I think the way I would fix it is if the focus was on the sisters working together to overcome something, and that there wasn't this like.
I think that's a different book.
Yeah,
I don't think you can fix it.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. Ugh. Well, may we be forever walled off by an invisible wall from this genre.
But then we can step through at will, though. Paris, you must score everything.
Oh, shit,
for
that's
the
right.
final score.
And Emily, I don't know, was there anything that I missed that you wanted to talk about or mention? Feelings? Thoughts?
No, I think this was pretty thorough.
Yeah.
Should this exist?
Oh, that's a big old negative one for me. I don't think because there's
It
so
does
many.
contribute to capitalism. So without this book, there's a whole industry that would not exist. So you need to think about those people.
Do I? But I feel like this idea has been written to death even
For
before
sure,
this
but
book
people
came
eat it
out.
up. Like,
Yeah,
think of how many books follow the same exact trope.
which is why it shouldn't exist.
Oh, I mean, I
Okay.
agree with you, but
Final score. Technical
Final-
construction 1, plot construction -1, moment
Okay,
to moment
0.
0, Terriblo's presence 0. Should this exist -1? That's a -1 out of 5.
Out of the scale from -5 to 5, that feels appropriate. A -1 feels fine.
yeah, I would not read again.
Yeah, that's like
The
a
rubric
what is that?
stands.
Like a 4.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Emily, for surviving this book in so many forms.
Only one form, but the worst one.
Well, you survived
Yeah,
it.
actually
You
the worst way to consume this.
Yeah,
With
you
extra sex
survived
sounds added, with
the
bonus moaning.
dramatization. Yeah, like you survived the dramatization, but then you also
Paris
came
just
here
had to
talk
hear, like,
us
she had to
about it.
imagine it in her head, and she was limited by her brain's willingness to, like, imagine that thing. You had it
That's the
served
safer
to you.
way.
You know, and to be fair, the sex scenes as written, they weren't gratuitous. They didn't take
They
too
were
long. They were
super
fine.
boring. It gets awful later.
Oh, does it happen more in the later books?
Girl.
Oh. So it seems like maybe this first book is the best of them?
Yes, I actually would probably agree with that. That I think
Wow.
the first book is probably the best in the series,
And
which
do you,
says a lot.
you know what I wonder? I wonder if Resand, whatever, fixing her arm was like a later addition so she could continue the books, because without that happening, it's like, why the fuck would this
You should just
series
read the
continue?
Wikipedia plot summary, and I think that would give you all the information you need.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
Okay.
Well,
Emily,
well,
thank you
we've
so
done
much
it.
for spending 2 and a half
3
hours?
hours?
Just about.
3 hours.
Yeah, who
I gotta
knows?
get out of here.
Yeah, she's got,
Yeah,
no,
okay,
she's got-
let's get you
she's
out the
got
door.
better shit to do than this. So let's
Certainly.
get her out of here.
So this is the part where we thank our patrons and our Ko-fi donors. So thank you to our bad bookworms like Ben, Donnie, Emily, Jakub, Katie M, Jared, Scott, and Will. Our exacting editors, Kieran, David D, Emmy, Funny Robot with Antennas, Greg, Harry 7, Martin, Root Beer, Cutie, The Ugly One, Elliot, and Xander. Our loathsome librarians like Yanka, Veronica, Luchek, Patricia, 1 in 1,000. Our pesky publishers like Miles, Austin, Patrick, Patricia, and Beast with the Least. And of course, our Ko-fi donors like Mark, Tracy, our ever-faithful Kiwi Thing, and Excavating Lizard, along with Martin, F, Brenna, and Matthew, who relieved us of terrible books. If you want some terrible books we've read for the show, you can buy them on our Ko-fi page, including this one. There's a physical copy.
Yep.
If you want a copy
Take
of
it
The
out
Court
of my
Thorns and
house,
Roses that has been
please.
touched by Terrible Book Club hands in Terriblo's presence, feel free to. We're not overcharging. It's like you're buying basically a used copy of the book. Don't sweat it.
Yeah, there's free shipping. It comes with bookmarks. It comes with our
Yeah.
undying love and a message from us. You'll please take it out of my house. Emily, thank you again. Thank you again.
Paris, Emily,
do
I'm
you
off
want-
to cross into the Fey realm and
Yeah.
never return because I have a life of luxury there, and I'm just camped. So why would I
Yes.
come back?
Yeah, why come back to reality? Do you want people to find you anywhere? Do you want to just disappear
No.
into the mist and
No.
glitter
Fuck
away?
no.
I will
Like, no.
be crossing over the wall.
Great.
And shutting the door behind me.
Great.
Never to be
Great.
seen again.
Nope.
Correct.
And anytime I'm like, I need another guest for the podcast, Emily's gonna be like, I lost your number, man. I don't know. Don't ask me to come back. I'm done.
This was awful.
But seriously,
I never
thank
want to do
you.
this again.
thank you for coming here. I hope today was fun and
Very
maybe
fun.
maybe a little
And
bit of
traumatizing.
yeah. Oh.
That's what we do here.
Mhm.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
All right, bye, Chris. Thank you for listening to another episode of Terrible Book Club. Terrible Book Club is an independent podcast produced by your hosts, Paris and Chris. Sound design and audio editing by Chris, with sound effects and music by Epidemic Sound and sometimes also Chris. Our theme song is Kiss by Yearn, which is, you guessed it, actually also Chris. You can find more of his soothing synthy sounds on Bandcamp at yearn.bandcamp.com. Do you want us to review a book of your choice on the show? Do you want access to some extra audio-visual weirdness? If so, become a patron at patreon.com/terriblebookclub. If you'd like to send us a one-time tip instead, you can do that at ko-fi.com/terriblebookclub. You can also support TBC for free by sharing the show on social media, following our accounts on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or Goodreads, telling your friends about your favorite episode, or by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, or anywhere else on the internet. To send us book recommendations or your adorable pet photos, send an email to terriblebookclub@gmail.com. God, so much of this happens right at the end.
It is really frustrating that most of this book is
Her just being like, I'm in the spring court, yeah, like painting and shit. And you're like,
Toilets,
okay.
cool.
Meals, I love food.
I'm malnourished and now
yes.
I'm not.
Kill him and